only subject.
Everything else he got an F in.
Exactly.
I came prepared with a dad joke today.
Woo-hoo, dad jokes. Here we go.
What do you call someone with nobody, and no? Wow, what? What do you call somebody with no body and no nose?
What do you call somebody and no nose?
Yeah, what do you call someone with no body and no nose?
No clue.
I don't know what, Shags.
Nobody knows.
Oh.
Listen, everybody, we have a great show for you this week.
Hit that start button, man. Hit that start button. Go ahead.
Wait, hold on. We'll do this one too.
Let's go ahead. Hit the start button.
Hey, go give us the crickets.
We love you guys. Let's do the show. Let's roll.
Yeah.
Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, I blame Vex too.
Uh-oh. Guess what day it is? Guess what day it is? Huh? Anybody? Julie, hey, guess what day it is? Oh, come on, I know you can hear me. Mike. What day is it, Mike? Leslie, guess what today is?
It's hump day.
Woo!
Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of the Southern Hump. I don't know. Sorry. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 110. We're making it. We're doing the thing every day or every week, week after week. And we're back with one of our favorites. Vex Electronica is joining us tonight. How you doing?
Thank you for having me on.
Bitch, can you not?
Fucking the racism starts right off the fucking get. It's just like now we're making fun of Indians all day long. Next thing you know, we're gonna be fucking talking about redskins and maybe scalping some people. I don't know where this show is gonna go. It's already off the rails already. Here we go.
Thank you for having me. How are you doing?
Wonderful. Just it's another Wednesday. I'm glad Wednesday's over and we're on the backside of this week because Lord knows I like a good backside.
Oh.
Don't we all? Just Shags only prefers them with
that was a butt joke for those that didn't get it.
Flamingo tattoos on them though.
I do. It's right over here. Yeah. I like the flamingo. I stay there every time I go to Vegas.
Except for the last time.
Yep.
What a loser. There goes the streak.
Oh man. Well, this has been one hell of a week for I feel like entertainment news, game shit.
So much stupid shit has happened.
I know. It's like there's definitely not a lack of things that we could talk about, which is kind of cool. There's a few things we'll absolutely touch on, and but I'm just happy to be back with you guys as always. We got DSP with us tonight. DS Spidian. But no, Vex, what have you been up to?
How's it going, guys?
Yeah.
Well, I thought there was a 3-hour time difference between us, not a 2-hour time difference. So I'm all fucked up right now.
Yep. Fail.
Yeah, that's about it. But other than that, I've been up to absolutely nothing. I have coined myself as a racist since I was last on your show.
Oh, okay.
So be wary. I'm also a misogynist and a homophobe.
Jeez.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. We added a lot since I've really grown into my own, now I think Nazis are hot as well. I've grown so much as an individual, basically.
They did have some relatively slick looking uniforms.
That's what I'm saying.
They were always required to be in fit. They were always working out, nice haircuts.
Yep.
I don't care about all of that. I just like the clothes. Clothes are cool. That's it.
I'm coming at it from her perspective, though. Trying to give her some credibility for this.
And a brown magic bonus hole. Like, that's sweet. Like, everyone loves that. Everyone loves it.
Exactly. Well, apparently this is now transphobic. A bonus hole is now not appropriate. I can't remember what it's supposed to be called now, but yeah, bonus hole is transphobic now.
Bro, they changed the rules on this shit faster than Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, y'all made this shit too. Like, what are you talking about? You can't say what we say because we don't like it either. What?
Well, also, since the last time you were here, Vex decided to rate Velocipaster higher than like any other movie ever created on critic
you've never
list.
seen Velocipaster.
Yeah, no, and I don't plan it.
Hold
No,
on.
I actually will see it based on her review, but I saw that. I really enjoyed Inside Out 2. And then I went and like read your review, and it's totally fair, it's good. And then I read Velocipaster, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. But no.
I take it
Listen.
you also don't like Lavalantula.
Yeah.
I gave Fury Road a 100% on Criticalist as well. So it's not the only movie I 100%ed. But in its defense, okay, Velocipaster, it really spoke to my heart far more than Inside Out 2 did. Like there are times where I also want to rip off a Chinese man's head in the middle of a park and then also save my dying girlfriend who just got stabbed in the leg and is bleeding out. So I found that story resonated a lot better with me, hence the 100% rating.
I can relate to that.
thought the idea behind this website was to try to give it a little bit of legitimacy, try to be like have it take on Rotten Tomatoes, and then Vex Electronica is like rating, Velocipaster at 100%. So I guess that fucking idea went out the window. But hey, here we are, boys and girls. It's still better than
I'm honest though, nobody paid me for that 100% though, at least, so you can trust that.
This is true.
There you go.
Vex is a.
She just had to take another trip to her the lake behind her house.
Vex is a Criticalist super user. She has like 113 reviews on that. So I see like at least 2 or 3 pop up every day. It's great to see her.
It's like they offer her a paycheck for how many reviews she does. She's like, "No, y'all don't want to pay."
Yeah.
You know what it is? It's like now I find that I'm consuming so much content between just like what I do in my spare time and like streaming and stuff that my memory just ain't the same. So I like to, whenever I watch something, I put the review on Criticalist and I'm just like, okay, now I can remember this. If someone asks me, oh, well, why didn't you like Godzilla X Kong, that piece of shit movie? I can say like, oh, it's because all of this fucking garbage happened in it. So there you go.
So you're like the only person who didn't like that movie.
It's funny because I was Blaine had even messaged me about this. But that was the first time on the Criticalist website in which people were calling out another user for blatantly spreading misinformation. He's like, this has never happened on the site. Like, I don't know. I was just like, dude, it's like, I'm laughing. This is hilarious. The fact that people want to defend this movie so hard. You can have schlock movies that are good, people. You don't have to defend something just because there's a dinosaur in it.
I can agree with that statement. I haven't seen Godzilla Kong, but I don't
it's
have
shite, man. It's garbage.
I personally don't. I'm tired. Like when it comes to kaiju movies, I'm tired of seeing Godzilla and King Kong specifically. Like I want to get Gamera, I want to get Destroyer, I want to get like Ghidra, like their own movies.
I gotcha.
On. Like
diversify, so to speak.
Yeah, can we get Mothra in this bitch? Right, it's time for a queen to take the stand or whatever.
Well, in the movie's defense, Mothra did show up in the last one, but the color grading and lighting was so goddamn terrible in that film that when she showed up in daytime, she was glowing. The sun was out. It was Egypt in the desert, so all you just saw was a blinding white screen when she showed up. It was terrible.
That's one way to cover up poor CGI.
The CGI wasn't bad. It's just the movie was a mess. That's all. Like the previous ones weren't like gold standard films or anything, but they're the kind of things where just like it's a fun monster movie. They're trying to do something here. I can enjoy this. And then you get to this film and you're like, you guys just kind of like abandoned the fun monster thing and just decided to put like 12 different plots together that don't work whatsoever. Put Godzilla in the title when he shows up for about 3 minutes altogether. And the best parts of the film, you let happen off screen. There are too many monster kills that happen off screen for a Godzilla X Kong movie.
That's one of the things that pissed me off about the American, especially the American versions of the movies, is that they put more focus on like the human aspects and stuff like that. They hide all the good shit. like as far as the fights and stuff go.
Mhm.
Godzilla gets punked all the way up until the final fight, and even in not the most recent one, but like the 2019 movie, he gets punked throughout the whole fight and then wins on a technicality. I'm like, come on now, they're gonna do my boy like that.
This is also why Skull Island is the superior movie in that whole thing, because that was just
no, it's not.
like,
it's not.
Brie Larson,
no, Brie Larson doesn't die. It's not superior at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't even know she exists because, I mean, there's just so much monster fighting, and like the monster fights in that are so badass. Like once he gets that ball and chain essentially, and he's just like whipping that around, I was just like, oh, I'm fucking here for this. Like, let's go.
I bet you would be.
Yeah.
Fucking white people.
Lord knows I like throwing my ball and chain around.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was about to make a joke. It's all good.
Oh, I was just saying the one thing that does save Godzilla X Kong, and it's literally like a 2-second moment in the entire film. It's when one of the Kong uses Diddy Kong as a fucking baseball bat. I could watch that 2 seconds for a whole day, and that shit doesn't get old. It's so beautiful.
Oh man.
That's great.
Well, we've deviated from intros as per usual, but let's get back on it. Jesse, what have you been up to, man? You've moved. You're in a new studio. You're cleaning up a little bit still, but you're here. Yeah. You're there. I mean,
yeah, I'm here. We're officially
everywhere.
back full time now. We got some fancy little fiber at the new house, which is making me all kinds of happy. Yeah, it's oh, dude, uploading videos is so nice now. Live streams look great. It's great. None of them the stupid little glitchy thing. Yeah, so got me a fancy new desk and a new house now. So obviously the background still needs some work, and we'll work on that in the future. But I'm back full time, live streaming back into all the places that I, stuck back into all the little holes and crevices that I belong in, including being back here on the midweek hump, which is, of course, we love our good hump day. We love our good hump day. And Vex is always a good time. Grant's okay, and Sheep, well,
I'm black. I get it.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, excited to be here.
Nice. Grant, what have you been up to, bud?
I've been watching Velocipasta.
Yeah!
I didn't realize that the main guy in that was the racist security guard from the American Magical Negroes movie.
Oh man. Hey, Mephisto's here. He's on the road. Hey, don't crash and die, okay, Mephisto?
Hi, Mephisto.
Good to see you, buddy.
Oh, I did forget something. We're making new Rumble friends tonight. We had Mrs. Ma'am, which is one of the Rumble. Her boyfriend got to go to the Rumble Creator Studio House, and I didn't even know that until she told me tonight. But Mrs. Ma'am is a big popular gaming. She's like the face of VR chat or VR, not VR chat. Sorry, that I went to a dark place.
VR troopers.
VR gaming on Rumble. So that was really cool to talk to her tonight. And she Rumble exclusives because she has some spicy takes on some of the things they've inserted into video games lately. And so that was a lot of fun. Sorry, I'm tired. This is my longest day. I'm on stream for like 10 hours on Wednesday. So I'm a little out of it. Oh, sorry to interrupt you, Grant.
No, you're good, brother. You're good. I don't have much to say anyway.
We just we just need the Australian / New Jersey representation here. It's always good to see.
Don't forget he's Jewish too.
Oh, and Jew, yeah, because we don't have the Jew today, so we got the other one.
Jew.
Yep,
we got the step Jew.
Thank God you've at least got the black. Thank God, I was worried for a minute.
Sheep, what have you been up to, man? Riververse is going hot. Gooding is hot on the presses.
Yeah, it was like when I said it last week, and I said it's soon. I actually meant it was the next day. So
I know, dude, when that popped up, I was like, "What? What the hell?"
There you go. Like it's kind of funny because the very first day is just like, look at this new site. It's got all these new bells and whistles. It's got like a character profile page, and it's got like the collections section, and then the store looks phenomenal. It's got like a whole bunch of new bells and whistles, and then they fucked it up. They being like the fans completely wrecked the site. People trying to buy Gooding and check out the site and stuff like that. A whole bunch of different shit going on, and then we're out here just they're asking us different questions for like 14 different angles, and we had to respond accordingly. We got it all under wraps within the first day, so that's nice. But yeah, Gooding, the Polymath is available for people to pre-order. It doesn't have the traditional format campaign. God damn it, I can't speak that. It doesn't have the traditional campaign format. Instead of it being the 75-day window for it, it's just 30 days, roughly 30 days. And there's also a shirt and poster involved. So you can go in there, you get your books, you get your shirt and poster and stuff like that. Something real simple. It's just going to be like, the collection section is where we just kind of like, we put out releases. It's not going to be any kind of like big hullabaloo like how Eric does with the other campaigns.
Mm-hmm.
Where like, you get the he announces it on Friday and then it goes live on Monday and stuff like that, and gets this crazy ass number, even though 150,000 books sold total over the last 2-ish years. It's crazy. And then on top of that, it's already it's already crowning 6,000 books sold. So that's nice. Aside from that, I've also been prepping for Denver Fan Expo. For those of you that are not going, you're stupid. I don't hate you. You're just stupid.
We're probably going to drive by each other. Like, I'm going to be driving home and you're going to be driving there. Like, that's how
I'm going to see you. I'm going to be like, oh, look, don't honk the horn. I'm going to tell Amarada, whoever's driving.
Like,
I'm just gonna
don't make eye contact.
Yeah, don't. He's one of those pores, isn't he?
Yep. But, dude, I wanted to stay. Couldn't do it.
Yeah, it's cool. Aside from that, I have been also drawing. Apparently, I'm now doing commissions.
Oh,
by proxy. I don't want to. That's the thing. Like, it gets in the way of me drawing my manga. So, like, I draw what I can when I can. But otherwise, I'm now, people are paying me money to draw pictures for them, and that's cool. Sort of.
Have you gotten any adult requests yet?
I'm actually waiting on it.
Okay. I mean, is there a moral like line that you try not to cross like that? Like if
hell no. Hell no.
The bigger the titties, the better, really.
No,
then maybe I'll commission you for something later.
Oh Lord. But I mean, like,
how good are you at drawing tentacles?
I draw Murata relatively often, so I mean, I'm getting better at it.
Oh.
No, not like that.
Like one of the French
Draw
girls?
me like one of your tentacle girls.
My only tentacle girl. Nonetheless, yeah, I'm doing commissions apparently. In between doing this manga that I'm actually putting out for free on Locals. Go to fandemonium.locals.com. You read the prologue, and then I'm also working on chapter 1. So there's that.
And don't forget to go to his fandemonium.onlyfans.com to get his behind the scenes artwork if you would like to support him every month to get those special tentacle pictures. It is there, I promise. I'm not lying. It's a true place. Fandemonium.onlyfans.com.
Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you. The other link wasn't working, whatever he said, but thank you, Shagsworth. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Shags has got you, no worries.
Yeah, he absolutely does. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna be drawing like hentai and shit for people.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, there you
go. That's it.
Nice. For me, I've been kind of all over the place the past week.
No one cares. So the first topic is
this guy. Food him. No, I got a kind of a special announcement that's already been like it's nothing too special. It's just another thing that people can do to support this channel, myself, and also a great company. But this right here, my Meta PCs hat. So I have I decided to join their affiliate team, and you can now use my link and code, which is down in the description under my name, Meta PC. Click the link, and then Shags is the thing. You can get 2% off your order. So if you guys feel like supporting the man here, and of course a great company that Zach Shutt has made, please think about that next time you're getting yourself a brand new rig.
Zach is great company.
I love
I
Zach.
need to check my email and see if they ever got back to me on that because I actually have one.
Shoot him a DM.
Slide into his DMs.
Right.
Slide. I'll be like, look, Bubba,
2017.
I got one of yours. Hook a brother up. I talk about
But
it.
I didn't buy it, but I got one.
Congratulations. That's really good news, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm stoked. It was really cool. I have some other like assets that I'll be putting out there, but I want to make that just let you guys know. You said if you're looking to get a new PC, yeah, use that. You have to use that link. Use my code. They can track everything. And then like I said, Zach's a really cool dude. He's built a really great company. They're doing awesome things. So please consider that.
That's a rough discount. Ouch. He really doesn't like you.
2% off of your order.
You get 2% off your order.
You know how expensive those PCs are?
I mean, that's still probably gonna save you a couple $100 even at 2%.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey, every little bit helps when you're spending that much.
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
We're living through Bidenomics right now. Like every bit counts.
On top of that, just doing normal thing here on the channel, doing some more game streams. We got our affiliate shit back on Twitch. Been trying to build community, monetizing more everywhere we can. Like I said, just playing the game as per usual. That's really it. Make sure you follow me everywhere. You guys know the links. You guys have been following me. And speaking of Twitch,
oh Lord,
the doc has gotten himself into some trouble.
Oh, that's how we open.
Man, I'm kind of bummed, and what do you guys think of this whole thing? Obviously, it's pretty shitty what he was doing. I don't think there's much of a question about that.
I've been away from the internet for like 3 or 4 days, so much shit has gone down.
Okay,
so I don't really know what's going on.
Dude,
So-
it's okay. I feel you. I was gone all of last week, and then I came back, and there was a girl everywhere. I was like,
oh
what
yeah,
the
that
fuck
shit.
is this?
spit on that thing.
I still haven't seen it.
Apparently,
So Grant, essentially, Dr. Disrespect, he was banned from Twitch and 4 years ago, and it has recently come out as to why. There was some ex-Twitch employee that said that they knew and that it was because he was discussing or talking with an underage girl inappropriately, and so then a bunch of people started dropping him, like Midnight Society dropped him. A bunch of people are making accusations. Turtle Beach dropped. Well, they dropped him after the fact, but yeah, people were making accusations, and a lot of people, especially in our space, were commenting like, "Hey, this whole guilty before proven innocent thing. Like, let's wait and see the facts." And no one was really presenting anything. They were just saying, "Hey, we heard that this thing happened." But then he came out and actually said it happened, and then from there, it's just been sort of this cascade.
So he confirmed. Like, do we know what he was
saying?
Yeah, no.
Well, he put out a tweet. Of course I don't have the goddamn tweet right here.
Well, why not? It's only the first story.
Exactly. Why would you ever be prepared? What the hell do you think we are?
I think you had a producer.
I have a really hot take about the Dr. Disrespect situation, but
are you about to agree with me?
I'll let you go over the tweet first, maybe.
Okay.
And then yeah.
Okay. No, I'm all for it. I want to hear your thoughts.
I'm down to clown though, so we got the clown avatar up.
Oh, perfect. So the Twitch ban, he says, "Hello, I'd like to make a quick statement. Let's cut the fucking bullshit. As you know, there's no filter with me. I've always been upfront with you and real with you guys. I'm always willing to accept responsibility, which is why I'm here now. First and foremost, I do want to apologize to everyone in my community as well as those close to me and everyone at Midnight Society Game Studio. Let's see. We'll just skip down here. There were Twitch messages that with an inappropriate or individual minor back in. Oh, sorry, I can't even read. Were there?
Oh, you can't.
Twitch whisper messages with an individual minor back in 2017? The answer is yes. Were there real intentions behind these messages? The answer is absolutely not. These were casual, mutual conversations that sometimes lean too much in the direction of being inappropriate, but nothing more. Nothing illegal happened. No pictures were shared. No crimes were committed. I never even met the individual. I went through a lengthy arbitration regarding civil dispute with Twitch. In that case, was resolved by a settlement. Let me be clear: it was not a criminal case against me, and no criminal charges have been brought against me. He said, now from a moral standpoint, I'll absolutely take responsibility. I should never have entertained those conversations to begin with. That's on me. That's on me as an adult, as a husband and a father. It should have never happened. I get it. I'm not perfect, and I'll fucking own my shit. This was stupid. This is also on top of, I guess, his infidelity with a 24-year-old, outside of his marriage. So this is why he was having these conversations within Twitch Whispers. Twitch essentially caught wind of it, banned him. Which I guess raises a lot of questions about, well, why did this, I guess, take so long to sort of come out?
Well, if they've reached a settlement, when it comes to these sort of things, and he said Twitch settled with him, there would usually be a non-disclosure agreement. So if a former person has come out about that, they've probably broken something and opened Twitch up again to some more litigation.
A couple things, because I see a lot of people that we share the space with and that we are kind of friendly with and whatnot have all disavowed Dr. Disrespect. I'd like to point out that still no evidence has actually been presented.
Thank you.
And there's a couple things on top of that. He says that he had conversations with a minor. Doesn't say if it was a girl or a boy. There's an assumption that a lot of people are running with. He says that they weren't sexual, and even later in his statement, there's a whole paragraph that is like, I'm not a pedophile or a groomer. I condemn that shit. If anyone knows me, then you know who I am, kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a section on that, but people are still making the assumption, oh, he was grooming a teenager. Age of consent, by the way, varies from state to state. So it's 16 in some, 18 in others. We don't know where exactly this took place. The person in the NDA, whereas the assumption I'm going off of is, because a lot of people seem to say, oh, well, he has all this money, so he should just say it. And that's not how an NDA works. Usually there's more than one party involved, so he can't say anything at the chance of risking things for other people involved, which if it were genuinely a very young person, that's problematic. Another thing too is, he says that the messages got inappropriate or were verging on inappropriate. Inappropriate doesn't always mean sexual. Again,
exactly.
Jumping to a conclusion. So a lot of the things each of us would maybe say or discuss in a large group chat or on a large stream would be deemed as inappropriate to a minor. I make jokes about how Hitler was right all the time. That would be deemed inappropriate for a minor, right? Yes. So
I could think of another reason why that might be inappropriate.
Yeah.
Right. So it's just he's put out a statement. Him editing in the word minor in and out, I feel like that's more like he was getting advice from someone.
That's what I was saying.
Right. And there's probably been another leak of information, which makes me wonder if that email screenshot that was going around was genuine. So perhaps something else leaked in which it was I can't really hide that it was a minor anymore. I might as well just leave it in. But everyone is jumping the gun. There's no evidence still presented.
That's what I'm saying. Because when you say it was on the verge, he could have been flirting with someone and then said, by the way, I'm 15. Oh, shit. Can't chat to you anymore. Would that still be considered being on the verge of inappropriate with a minor?
How do we even know what's flirting, right? And then on top of that, what if it were a 17-year-old, not a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old? That's the other thing that people... I also want to point out, and okay, I'm not going to try and, defend predators or anything here, okay? But kids these days know exactly what they're fucking doing. They send out and discuss some pretty horrendous, vile shit with each other at the ages of 13, 14. So I find it very hard to believe that someone who was 15, 16, 17 was just messaging Dr. Disrespect on the down low without really knowing what was going on. Right?
And he did it on Twitch chat as well, which is highly insecure. Everyone knows that.
Exactly. It was during whispers, so there were no pictures. Like you can't send any videos. Like it that makes it even more innocuous, almost that he stuck to the whispers format instead of going to Discord or private
Yeah,
messages on some other interface, right?
I agree with D-Day Cobra that Doc should have been banned for using Whisper setup in general.
Whispers alone. That's like literally all I know about this is I watched the D-Day Cobra video over the statement. And like, as far as what I know, I'm with Vex on this. Like, everybody's wanting to nuke this guy to the ground, and we really don't know exactly what's going on. There hasn't been any criminal charges involved. It's like, it's just the same old cancel culture nonsense, and everybody's so afraid of going, oh, I don't want to get labeled as a pedophile. I don't want to get labeled as this, that, and the other. So I've got to disavow anyone who has even had the slightest hint or even the slightest sniff that they might have done something inappropriate. And it's like,
it's the problem with the internet. It's basically like it's the gift and the curse of social media is that it allows us to be connected to each other. Like, for example, the five of us here, like we can talk to each other through social media and on YouTube, obviously through StreamYard and shit like that. That's cool, fine, and dandy. The downside is it exposes everybody to so much shit at once that nobody knows how to keep focus on one thing. So they just like they hear a bunch of words and then they see minor and they're just like,
yes,
oh nope, he's out of there. They're all the way on the other side of the room at that point in time. It's like it's and I'm not gonna sit here and claim that I'm defending Doc at the same time. Like, basically, if we were to assume that this was infidelity that was going down, like this is all boiled down to infidelity, Doc flirting with anyone who isn't his wife is infidelity. Twitch sat on this information since 2017.
Yes.
And then banned Doc 4 years.
So if there was a criminal thing, the statute is gone now.
Pretty much.
Depends on the state, but yeah.
But yeah, like they sat on this for 7 years, banned Doc 3 years after, just to settle out of court and set up an NDA for it.
And they paid him out. They paid out his contract still, is the other thing. So that's what is the biggest thing for me, where it's pretty obvious that he didn't do anything really egregious because Twitch still paid him out and nothing criminal was. If he were grooming people on Twitch, there'd be a paper trail we can find.
Well, also
the other thing, one of the other things about that is like how many, like, I guarantee you they've got this kind of dirt on a bunch of streamers. And probably far worse things. And
every single e-girl.
Excused. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. And it was just an excuse to get rid of Doc at the right moment, at the right time, when they thought the wind was at their back and they could get away with it.
Exactly that. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. The big problem, like, that I was seeing with this is, like, I mean, it's a hard thing to talk about. And I put out it is, because we just said, like, I mean, having this discussion on the internet, like Twitter, for example, is hard to put out a tweet and for people to understand what you're saying. It's easy in this panel. This panel's easy because I could say what I have to say and then I can clarify, or I can go into detail and you can understand what I'm saying, and we know each other. So we all know that we're not just, vile pieces of, garbage.
Basically, like actual vocal dialogue is harder to screenshot.
Right.
He should have really put out a video, which was the other thing. Maybe he was crying or something the night before and he just didn't want to go on with the sniffles, but a video statement would have been far better, because that's what he had done when he was announcing that he was taking an extended break from streaming. He just said it on the stream. You can't really misinterpret the context because you could hear and see the infliction. Yeah. Why didn't you do the same with this statement? I think that would have cleared up a lot of what people are confusing and conflating.
Yeah, I think part of it is the fact that, I mean, there's a lot of people on Twitter, and that's probably where most people see him. I know he's got a big audience with videos and stuff, but there's probably a better chance that people are going to see the tweet at this point and get shared around. That could be part of it. Maybe that was just the advice of, his legal team. I'm sure he's not doing much at this point without some guidance from someone.
He's chilling on the same island as Tom from MySpace right now.
Yeah, oh, shit. Well, and that's the other thing too, is like, that's in the same, well, to a certain degree, the same argument can be made as at the statement about things being able to be taken out of context because there's no inflection. You can also chop up a video and make it look like whatever the hell you want it to say too. I mean, how many times have we seen friends that are in our corner of the internet, in our fellowship, that have had their videos taken out of context? I mean, Ryan's infamous for the Black Panther.
At least 7.
Or not the but like the Batman review, right? He gave the movie like an 8 out of 10, and all you get's that one clip that went viral. You know, so it's like you're kind of damned if you do and damned if you don't on that situation.
Yep.
But that's also why lawyers will tell you to make statements, because then they can review it and they can look at it and go, okay, this can't get you in trouble. You just start saying stuff on a live stream or on a video, and they're like, and you just hear every lawyer scream all at once.
If I was accused of something and I didn't do it, I would literally I did nothing inappropriately with a minor, but I'd spell it Miner.
Yeah. I wasn't going up and down no shafts. What do you mean?
Yeah. I have a lot of respect for the coal industry.
Colon.
But yeah, I feel bad. I feel bad for him. I think, it's just another thing that people can grab onto, make endless amounts of content on. And
the shit that bothers me the most about all of this stuff, right, is that he put out a statement. It was as legal speak as possible. So people are always going to try to like twist it into whatever kind of like narrative they want it to be. Meanwhile, you look at somebody like in Praise the Shadows, this man put together like a 5 fucking hour long video about why he's mad that somebody has more money than he does. Or you look at anything that fucking iDubbbz does now, or you look at anything that like fucking, what is that guy's name? Adam 22 or anybody else, is like all these other fucking weirdos that are doing some of the worst shit imaginable. And there's plenty of evidence backdating for like fucking years. And people are like, well, we have no evidence on Doc, so we know he did it. Like, what the fuck kind of nonsense is this?
Yeah.
Yep.
I do agree with you, Vex. I think if people really, there needs to be some sort of hard evidence. My guess is we'll never see any sort of hard evidence on it. That statement will go out. He'll keep doing his thing. I'm sure people will keep supporting him, and eventually his sponsors will come back, or some form of sponsorship will come back to him, because he's too valuable. He makes people too much money.
He's too big to fail at this point.
Yeah.
Well, doesn't mean he still can't be canceled. I mean, it's essentially the same thing with like Kevin Spacey's scenario. There was no criminal charges or anything like that.
Yeah.
It was just.
Well, that's because everyone died. So
yeah,
mysteriously.
Witnesses mysteriously all died.
Damn, they must have been friends with Hillary Clinton.
People often fall onto train tracks when they're sober. It's a very common thing.
That makes sense. Yeah,
happens all the time.
Doc is like the Tiger Woods of gaming, of like, I guess YouTube streamer.
He's part Asian.
Well, probably, but the fact that like he can get sponsors pulled and still be able to bounce back. I think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I think so too. There's 2 other things that I feel are getting heavily glossed over with this whole situation. I know people for years have been calling out Twitch for various reasons, the way they split pay, the hot tub streaming, what they choose to put on the front page and all that stuff, how progressive the platform is. But now you have direct proof. If this is as bad as everyone is assuming it is, Twitch covered it up and said nothing about it.
Yep.
Everyone seems to have a problem with, again, they're making the assumption that he was grooming a minor. If you have a problem with that, then why aren't you calling out Twitch for putting softcore porn on the front page of their site, where you have to be 13 years old to register and stream on?
Yeah, and not to mention they have plenty of hardcore stuff that you're redirected to through these profiles.
You have to be 13 now. Back in 2017, it was different. You had to be 15.
Yeah,
that's still fucking better.
yeah. Back then, you had to be older,
a little bit older, right? You had 3 nut hairs instead of 1.
Listen, back in my day,
a little bit of standards,
right? And then the other thing too is now this sets, because I know we're still kind of in this age of cancel culture, anyways. But now this sets a really dangerous precedent for basically everyone who makes content. If I'm in a group chat or a Discord now where there might be someone who's underage, and I send an inappropriate meme or make an inappropriate joke, then there's the chance that someone can use that against me to try and get me out of the content creation sphere. So I think this trial by like social media and just feelings and assumptions and whatnot, it sets a very dangerous precedent that the funny thing is that this has happened so many times just over the last 2 years, and yet we're still doing this. Is the like it happened with like Carolyn, right?
Yep.
Before with limited run games, it happened with Johnny Depp. That was incredibly prolific, but we're still allowing it to happen with someone who I think all of us more or less do like. Some bearing
So, I guess what Twitch is saying that not a single one of these ethos has ever had an inappropriate conversation
at all.
Um,
Ever at all. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not like my main man Gundam hasn't documented this shit for fucking years. Some of the most vile shit that these girls do. God damn, they're some of the worst.
Anyone? Yeah.
Pokemon. Yeah, Pokemon. I love watching. That was the first video I caught from Papa Gundam, was the freaking Pokemon video. I was just like, oh my God, this is seriously is a shit show. No wonder he does so many drugs. I don't blame him for having to report on this shit, and he does so many drugs. I don't blame him. Holy God.
Well, that's what happens when you have like a group of people who are like, you know, women shouldn't be sexualized. Like we should be able to like free the titty, you know, like all that bullshit where it's like, well, maybe you're right, but guess what? That's just kind of how the culture is.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, bitch, you're still running the same profession, that the oldest profession in the book, but you're trying to say, ooh, women should be. Give me.
Well, but you know, that's
other women. Other
that's
women.
how.
So I get it.
Other women shouldn't do it. Yeah, they can do it, but you can't. That's right.
They're sitting there stripping, saying, "Don't do what I do."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. You're not going to see Twitch change their mind on this because they'll just make excuses as to why it should be okay for them to do what they do. But what, you know, if someone, especially if someone is you know, engaging in wrong thing as far as they're concerned, that's, you know, like Destiny. You know, Destiny, you don't have to like what he
Always
says.
engages in wrong thing. Go ahead.
But well, it's according to like, but he's a progressive, and he's still kicked off the platform. You know, like he should be on the platform.
He decided to turn and bite the hand that feeds out of fairness. It's like it's like the same thing that happened with what's the guy's name? Del Walker, that one dude, the one black dude who said that like he's been fielding like he's been pitching like good like you know, good looking black women out there for video game characters, and they always kind of like just make them look like, you know, butt ugly. They make them look like swamps from Super Mario Brothers.
Yes.
And then he got the call. Like he got the call from the American Society of Magical Negroes that said, "Nigga, shut the fuck up." And then he put out a tweet the next day. I was like, "I was told by the American Society of Magical Negroes to shut the fuck up. So I am gonna do that because I enjoy having a paycheck and my hands attached to my wrists." So,
but there's no consistency with it. Like they had
No,
that
not
chick
at
that got railed on camera, and then she was getting a month ban.
Twice.
3 days later,
yeah,
she got railed twice.
Well, no, the second time was just a recording.
And she's on the front page of it. They're advertising her stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like Alinity turned it into a fucking game. Alinity is like, you know what? I'm just gonna do something fucked up on every Friday. Say that, and you know, basically get a weekend ban.
Just to get the weekend off, so she doesn't void a contract.
Basically, it's like they know exactly what the fuck they're doing. Come on now. Amaranth has like 15,000 different links in her bio that lead directly to her OnlyFans.
Yeah.
These women ain't. These women are dumb, smart but dumb. Like, come on now.
I don't think that they know what they're doing. They know where their demographic. Yeah, they know exactly what they're doing. They're dumb, yes, but not in that way.
Right.
So
they
yeah,
know
they're
where their
smart,
bread gets
dumb,
buttered.
but smart.
Yeah, they know where their bread gets buttered.
Literally,
gets
buttered. My buddy, your bread.
Buddy, your bread. You gonna eat your cornbread?
You got him like, hell yeah, I'm eating my goddamn cornbread.
Yo, what's up, Hypnotic? Good to see you, brother. Good to see everyone in chat. Really appreciate everyone. Speaking of Hypnotic, we have a great article to look at because there was a discussion. There was a great Kotaku article that came out that I decided to read because, you know, I've heard that this is such a good site for news.
Listen, I'll go ahead and this is my official statement about Alyssa Mercante. You know that she's into you because you'll start smelling a fish market.
Jesus, she wrote this shit.
So yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah,
the latest Acolyte episode is Star Wars at its most sexy and deadly.
Fuck.
They do this shit, dog. They do this shit.
This is just as
hold on.
bad as. Go ahead.
Hold on. This article is written like a sweaty 15-year-old. First of all, like it is so hard to get through because
It looks like a sweaty 15-year-old, so that makes sense.
right. And so like I'm sitting here reading this like I can't even believe that a professional like publication, and I'll use air quotes
Loosely.
there, is
Professional.
like actually
Very
said,
loosely.
yeah, this looks good. Let's publish this.
So it's at its sexiest. Why? Because the guy got to show off some muscles and he penetrated a little girl 3 times.
Oh
man.
Well, to be fair, Daphne is 20.
Yeah, well, she looks it.
Yeah, she does look like she's still about 13. You're right.
Yeah, so she references a sidelong glance of Han Solo and Padme's midriff and Anakin Skywalker's bare chest in a nightmare. Probably the 3 worst sexy moments in Star Wars. Not
because
didn't
George
mention.
Lucas doesn't know how to write romance. Put simply.
Well, yeah, but you know this. So besides this episode being probably the worst, she tries to make the case that it's the best.
Actually, it's not the worst. It's one of the worst. I mean,
yeah, probably second.
I'm not gonna sit here and try to like sit on the same side as like the critical drinker on this one, where he said this is like the best of the worst. I'm like, no, it's not the best of the worst. They put together a badly choreographed fight where like everybody got fucking wiped except for the important people, and then they did one of the lamest fucking reveals of all time. But go ahead.
Yeah, I mean,
What episode would you consider better this season than this one, though?
The first episode, because the most offensive thing they did was set a campfire up in space.
That was the second episode.
What?
Oh,
No,
well then the
I don't
second
know.
episode.
Killing Carrie Ann Moss off in the first 5 minutes as the giant bait and switch was pretty bad in the first episode.
yeah,
And
that
the
was,
kung fu, like the Matrix ripoff scenes and the Force fu, yeah.
So I'm going to take this article down because really we said what we said about it, but like
Actually, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, like episode 1, they killed Carrie Ann Moss for no fucking reason. Episode 2, they found the system. Episode 2, they killed Grandmaster Forehead by making him feel white guilt. I just thought about
and
that.
literally poisoned himself. Yeah,
Right.
so,
Episode 3 was the power of many. That one speaks for
right.
itself.
Oh my god, that was
Episode
so cringe.
4. Episode 4 is probably the most inoffensive one because nothing happened.
what happened in
They
4?
went for a walk and they forgot.
They went for a walk.
Yeah, they went for a walk. They killed the Wookiee Jedi off screen.
Off screen.
Dude, they only had $180 million. How do you expect them to do anything? They paid
That's
the
fair. They
intimacy
probably
coordinator
$160,000.
$160,000 for that one scene where the guy had his shirt off.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll tell you what though, they fucking Killmonger got his neck snapped. Fucking, it was epic. I loved that part. It's probably the best part of the whole episode.
I'm gonna be the contrarian in all of this. I actually would have preferred. I would have liked to see more character development with him because he was the one that was actually trying to stick to the Jedi.
Right, he was a good he's a good actor. I think he's got a poorly written script, but I think he acts well enough.
He needs to get out of Leslie Headland projects. That's the thing that he needs to do. Like this is the third time that they've worked together, and all the stuff that he's been in that isn't her stuff, he can act really well.
Him and G.J. Jung, like they both need to be in like a buddy cop film. I watch that shit all day.
So here's my hot take on the actor. Let me tell you real quick about my hot take about this whole show. I think this show would have worked really well if they had written it to take place 1,000 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot Vex doesn't like Star Wars. I forgot.
Well, that's great. It's even better.
It's all fucking sucks, guys. It's all fucking shit.
Shame.
Do I still have that? No, I don't have that sound effect anymore.
You need to spit all that thing. Just let it go. It sucked from the very beginning.
Oh God, I'm not spitting on anything. Relax.
There's just so
Get it in without the spit.
Just remember, she gave 100% to Velocipaster, boys and girls. So take her opinion for what you
You
will.
should,
Hey,
yes.
look.
Velocipaster is a piece of cinematic art, so I don't
Yeah, I
know.
was about to say Velocipaster actually has more rewatchable value than Star Wars.
I mean, he's in bed.
Original Star
The
Wars?
pastor's in bed with a hot woman. He breaks in and fights off ninjas. I mean, that's
Come
not
on now.
Scorsese level. I don't know what is.
He literally dicks his talent into another girl, and then after they have sex, they fight ninjas together. That's pretty awesome. That's
Vex, I have this buddy of mine. Have you heard of Mad Cheesemo? Have you
I
heard
have,
of
Oh
that?
Lord.
Okay, you two are a match made in cinematography history. You guys need to do a show together. I'm just telling you. Oh God. Yeah. Oh.
But yes, I would actually watch Velocipaster over the original trilogy.
What? Oh my
I
god!
said what I
Wow.
said.
Based.
Primarily because Luke, don't get me wrong, like I don't hate Star Wars outright, but I definitely would watch Velocipaster first. But Luke cries most of the time. Han is basically flaky up until the very last moment. Leia she consistently fucks up, and it's just like you can only see it happen,
There's
but
a
so
little
many
bit of
times.
incest in there, so it's all
Yeah,
right.
there's also that. You can only see that shit happen, but so many times before
Well,
you just
technically,
like,
it's twincest.
yeah, it is twincest.
They cuddled in the womb, they cuddled out of it. Boy, it was Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones.
My favorite part in the original trilogy is when she recognized Obi-Wan and was sad when he died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Except, fuck, that's right. That didn't happen. Shit. Weird. Fuck Disney Star Wars.
Yeah, and I do agree with Silvar. Like I'm certainly at this point funding them, even though I mean I have Disney Plus for the kids at this point, but I'm giving them numbers by watching the show. But I'm like genuinely interested as to where this like goes as far as like how like where are they trying to take this, or what is she trying to do, Leslie Headland, on like this
Make
story?
money?
Because well, yeah, but like I said, like I think the sad part is I think this story would have worked if they had said it 1,000 years ago, because right now you have a setting where you're only 100 years prior to the prequels, and they're pretending as if they don't know who the Sith is. And
There's too many inconsistencies within the
No, that's the problem. It wouldn't matter if it was 100 years or 1,000 years ago. They don't know their lore. They don't know the universe, and they are talentless hacks who couldn't write themselves out of a wet paper bag.
well, that's what I mean is like you could write this, again, a millennia before and be somewhat bad at it, because people would forget and lore would be lost in that time.
No, because what they would do is they would bring someone in like Revan, who isn't from that time, but close enough that most people won't know, and they'll ruin Revan.
Yeah, maybe.
The Acolyte revives Star Wars, Leon.
Leon, that's what I was like, that's what I was about to highlight. The Acolyte revives Star Wars. You're so true, Leon. You heard Disney bragging about the numbers right below Ahsoka. And of course, after the Nielsen numbers and the Samba numbers come out, we know how much of a success that Ahsoka was. So, I mean, yeah, Acolyte obviously saved Disney Star Wars.
Listen,
But they're using like parrot analytics, which just means if someone said something negative about it, that counts as a positive.
Yeah,
Any
I
mention is positive.
I haven't seen anybody actually like legitimately try to use parallel analytics, even with the legacy media, in a while. Like they all kind of stopped. They highlighting.
They use it as a group thing with the Nielsen ratings.
Now listen, as a hot button topic here, right? Episode 5 of The Acolyte was the most viewed episode 5 of The Acolyte of all time.
Well, it was definitely top 5, I reckon.
Oh, absolutely, it's top 5.
Definitely in the top 5. Definitely in the top 5. Oh my god.
It's impressively bad, that's for sure. I've never seen a show like fail on so many different levels.
And you know what the worst part is I'm watching this show and I really like the Asian guy. I can't remember his name, the guy that came from Squid Games or whatever. Right. And I saw this interview with him and he was like, man, I learned English for this role. I did nothing but watch Star Wars and study Star Wars, getting prepared for this role. This guy did everything an actor should do for a role. And then he gets
into a samurai.
Yeah, and then he gets this shit. You know what I mean? It's because he's he was my only bright spot in any scene. I liked him, and I've heard he's done some really dumb stuff in the latest episode. But Like, I like the actor. I think he does a good job. And it's just like, and he did his homework. He was like, I want to embody Qui-Gon Jinn. He's like, that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm like, this is somebody who gets it. And then we've got this other idiot who is like, yeah, Anakin blew up the Death Star.
Oh, that was your boy that got his neck stabbed.
Yeah, that was your boy Shagsworth. It was like, yeah, he's a great actor. He's wonderful. He's fabulous. Yeah.
He's a good actor. He's not a good PR person.
I thought he was. I thought it was.
It's like wrestling. You can have good mic skills and good mat skills, or you can have one or the other, and the audience will definitely let you know.
He's definitely a good actor. I mean, well, I would say the Asian guy's a really good actor, but he's given a horrible script. Like his whole like fist fight and everything, like in this episode, it's like it goes against like the Jedi shit. This is why, like, if this were like pre-Jedi Order, like people who are just like convening and learning how to like come together as good Force users, and like all of a sudden there's this like, you know, rogue, you know, the Sith coming out, like it would make more sense because they're still trying to get their whole, like, again, the Order together and learn the rules that they're trying to establish. But this is just like, I mean, again, you're not that far away from the Skywalker saga, and these like guys are clearly engaging in like near. I mean, this would never be accepted in the Lucas
but that's
lore.
That's the problem. So what happens is they take an actor who can emote really well with their face, and when you add a language barrier to it, they've got to overcompensate with it. You feel everything that Sol feels in each scene because he's a good enough actor to show it. But the problem is they've got an actor like that to play someone stoic.
Yeah,
it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's just on every angle. It's hard to watch.
And
then not to mention that haircut at the end. Good Lord.
Oh, I saw the clip of that. Holy God in heaven. What the heck?
The person who memed it with her slicing off her face was awesome.
Oh, that was epic. I saw
that. Made it so much better.
I don't know if you know this about hair. It kind of smells.
It smells, yeah.
When you burn it or singe it.
Hey, well, that's why
that's
why a little rat could smell him. The rat smelt the burnt hair and was like, what's that? Whatever his name is, the tracker dude.
Brazil.
Oh, yeah, that's right. His name is Brazil.
Brazil, yeah.
Oh my God.
The beaver.
It's so bad.
But no, it's been that was a fun episode to watch. That was really interesting.
It's been great.
Yay.
Disney Star Wars is saved. Leslie Headland's the greatest thing to ever happen to film industry, except for all that fluffing.
Yeah.
I don't know if she did the fluffing.
From my understanding, she gathered the girls for Harvey, right? There
exactly.
You go.
Yeah. Oprah. She was the Oprah to Harvey Weinstein's
Weinstein.
That too.
Did you guys see? Oh, did you guys see that the Surgeon General declared firearm violence? He declared a general advisory on firearm violence.
What?
Yeah. So.
I zoned out when you said Surgeon General. I was like, "Oh, go Lord."
Yeah, the Dr. Vivek Murthy. Today, for the first time in the history of our office, I am issuing a Surgeon General's advisory on firearm violence. Firearm violence is a public health crisis in America that poses a threat to the health and well-being of our country.
So there you go. Sold it.
You know what poses an actual threat to America and the well-being of America? Yeah, the fucking government.
The fucking government. That's who poses an actual threat.
Yeah.
It's weird that the government's coming out saying, you know, the one thing that you have that you can stop us with, now that's bad. We can't have that.
And like this is the precedent of like, we got to take these away. And the video that he posts, it seems to like misrepresent some data, in my opinion. Like, I feel like a lot of this data is misrepresented.
Listen, I don't give a fuck about their analytics, their demographics, their numbers and shit like that. You're not gonna tell me what to fucking do. That's all. That's all I want. It's like, if I buy guns and I want these guns, you're not taking these guns. It's that easy.
Can't have these guns. All right, can't have them. Stay with me. Going anywhere.
Well done.
Licensed weapons.
Well done.
Yeah, his whole tweet. Here, I'll share. Well, I'll share his video. We can laugh at it.
Oh Lord.
Share that screen.
Snort, is DSP gonna have to ban someone? Yep, he's getting banned. He looks like
What is that?
he looks like
That's
he looks like the ineffectual version of Vivek Ramaswamy.
Firearm violence.
He looks like
Yeah,
a
I never
brown
thought- I
Pete.
never thought the other-
Pete.
Violence poses.
Yeah. I never would have thought Vivek the politician would be the more
Yeah.
more alpha. Like,
Yeah.
To the health and well-being of our country.
oh,
As a
please,
doctor, I've
sounds
seen
like
the consequences of firearm violence up close in the lives of the patients I've cared for over the years.
Pause.
These are moms.
Dude, ban cars. I bet you've seen more damage done by people in cars.
As a black man, I've seen my fair share of gun violence, and I still want a gun.
He says something about that, Grant. He says that the firearm violence has now surpassed car
No, it fucking
car
hasn't.
deaths.
It hasn't. It hasn't.
Yeah, pressing a
Sons and
hard
daughters,
X for doubt
all of
there.
whom were
Yeah, no, I agree.
robbed of their physical and mental health by senseless acts of violence. Unfortunately, the problem has continued.
Well, the
54%
issue
of
isn't
adults in
the,
America.
the issue that this guy and many others are facing here is that they always blame tools and not the actual tool user.
Yeah.
Like the guns aren't the ones losing their fucking minds. It's the people with the guns. Police those motherfuckers up. That's your job. You don't sit here and tell people, no, you're not allowed to defend yourself. What kind of fucking nonsense is that? Somebody brings a sword into your house and you got no other weapons aside from a gun. Are you just going to sit there and go, well, I surrender? No, fuck that. You shoot them in a fucking dome. It's that easy.
Jeez, I don't know if you can say that on
Say
YouTube.
it
In
We're just-
Minecraft,
Say
guys.
it now.
Thank you. It's because it's my channel is all.
Shit, that's
Oh!
you gotta aim for the chest. It's the biggest
Yeah, and
mass.
double tap. Don't forget the double tap. Never forget the double tap.
In Minecraft.
Listen, I played enough. I've played enough Splinter Cell to know to be able to pinpoint where my shots are. All right, and just get the little triangle reticle over their head. I'm set. I'm good.
True. Oh,
I don't
wow.
think that's how it works.
Hello, I'm
I
U.S.
played,
Surgeon
I played
General.
Leisure Suit
Oh,
Larry, but I
shit,
don't
not
think I
again.
can pull a
These are
top 10
physical
model.
and mental. 54% of adults in America report
God, this guy
that
sounds like
they
such a beta
or family
bitch.
member
I was gonna
have
say, like, shut
experienced
this
a
Pajit
firearm-related
up,
incident.
someone, please.
Whether they've been personally threatened
He's reading a
or
prompter.
injured by a firearm,
He is a fucking
lost a family
prompter.
member,
Wait, 50% report that they or a family member have experienced a firearm-related incident, have been personally threatened with a firearm, lost a family.
Mhm.
Personally threat.
I'd like to see what this source is.
Wait.
This is the best part. Have personally threatened with or injured by.
a car.
That's a huge.
Yeah.
Okay,
No.
so I know someone who has been personally threatened with or injured by a firearm.
Mhm.
I know someone who's lost a family member to firearm violence, and I have witnessed a shooting, and I still want
So
to.
you're part of the problem then.
Yeah, you're
I
black,
may be
though. Of
part-
course you've
No. You don't understand. While all of this shit may be true, I still want a fucking gun.
Mhm.
It's that
Well,
easy.
So this stuff happened when they started playing with the rules inside like the CDC and stuff like that. Because when they started playing with those rules a few years back, because of certain things that were going on in the world, this is exactly the question that was asked at the time when they changed those rules. Are they going to be able to define anything as a health emergency crisis? And guns was the exact thing that was brought up. And boy, it's almost like it's not a it's almost like it's not, these aren't conspiracies. Nobody's accurate about this kind of stuff. There's no hidden agenda. We're all just really, really, really psychic.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah, these stats just seem weird. They seem to manufacture. Well, I'm not gonna say they manufacture.
Well,
them. They seem
it's
to.
not that they're so general that, like Sheep said, he got all three of those.
Yeah.
They're
But
so
also,
general.
adding when you add a double thing into one, it's like, have you been personally threatened with, or it's like, have you ever seen a bullet or sugar?
Right. Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. It doesn't make, you can't add that in as a part of a statistic. Put it as a completely separate thing, and then show the numbers of it.
Right.
But then the numbers wouldn't look as big and scary on the slideshow, Grant.
I wonder if the lost a family member to firearm violence would count for like, oh, my son died in Afghanistan.
I mean, okay, what happens when it's, like a police shooting? Are they including that? So say, for instance, that the cop shot one of your kids and you're in your family, you've got 50 people. Does that count as 50 individuals of that, or is that the one family? How are they working the statistics on that?
Yeah.
And also, is that a problem then? Or not?
Witnessed a shooting or shot a firearm in self-defense.
Huh.
That's a lot of fucking things.
Disproportionately felt
Wait.
in our
The
community.
problem, they're including that in the problem statistics. Used a gun in self-defense.
They're like, that's a problem. Because it is a problem to them. They don't want you to be able to. They don't want you to be able to use a firearm in self-defense because then you're easier to control. If you've got a firearm, they can't control you.
That's a good point. Silvar makes gun manufacturers also support gun regulations for many reasons.
Well, it also depends on the gun manufacturer, and it also depends on the gun regulation. You got to be a little more specific with that one because there's a lot of regulations that a lot of gun manufacturers come out against all the time.
Hold on. Did they put personally threatened, injured, lost, and witnessed a shooting, bad things, and then just like, used a firearm to defend themselves?
Remember that bear that you shot when it was coming for you and your family? There you go.
Yeah.
You're part of the problem.
Yep.
Wow.
Welcome, Sean. Yes.
Perfect timing, Sean. Perfect timing.
Many of these harms are disproportionately felt in our communities.
What do you mean our communities?
It's I hate whenever you hear disproportionately. Oh my God, here we go.
Why don't you talk about the disproportionate amount of crime that's committed in those communities as well then, and then get back to me. Why don't you try to figure out how to fix that problem first?
Not interested.
Nope, that requires work and admitting that their system is broken and it doesn't work.
Individuals endure the highest rates of firearm homicides, while
Why?
suicide rates
Because they're shooting each other.
Older white individuals and younger American Indian and Alaska Native people.
That's because you forced them all on reservations, got them drunk.
Affected our children. Firearm violence has become the #1 cause of death among children and adolescents.
Can you pause for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Notice how the 54% statistic that they showed earlier, not only are they putting together some wildly different things so that you have a big number on screen, but it's listed explicitly for just adults. Now they're switching to, here's just for adolescents.
No, but look, children and adolescents, but this is 1 through 19. Like, so how many people do you think, change this number to actually adolescents? So you're looking at 1 to 12 or 13.
Yes.
Right. Let's look at the numbers then, because I guarantee you between 14 and 19 is where you're seeing a lot of this gang violence is essentially what they're saying without saying it.
Yes.
Yep.
I mean, which is, it's awful that anyone dies by a firearm. Obviously, no one's advocating for it or anything. But again, the statistics seem very, very skewed.
And that's the point too, right? That's why they're using 1 through 19. You're not using 1 through 12-year-olds. You're not using 13 through 19-year-olds because, like you said, if you had 1 through 19 on there and then 14 through 19, or you had 1 through 12 on there and then 13 through 14 on there, you'd see a huge disproportionate number between the two groups because gang violence, inner city livings, dumb kids doing dumb shit,
No one's calling a 16 through 19-year-olds an adolescent. I'm sorry. It's
right.
Well,
I was gonna say,
okay, let's just the numbers of that. You're talking about 22, 23 million at that in that age group, and they're saying that it went from 3,000 up to 5,000, and that's a bad thing. What the hell happened? Look at the cardiovascular disease. That's more of a problem. Children shouldn't be dying of freaking heart attacks.
Right.
I wonder what happened around that time, around 2019, 20.
Well, what's weird? Look where the statistic jumps. 2020 through 2022. What happened?
Cardiovascular is down here, by the way. It's poisoning. It's poisoning, drug and non-drug, which is even worse.
But what was going on between 20 and 22 that would cause this giant spike in firearm violence? I wonder what's been going
Summer of
on.
love, baby.
And, remember, and it's like, oh, well, there was literally somebody tried to say, like, there was some asset out there that was trying to say, like, violence was down under the Biden administration. And it's like, no, actually, when you look at statistics, it's drastically up. We've also got
when everyone was at home, no one was out in their cars. That's plain and simple. That's what it is. When you lock everyone in their homes, they're not out driving. That's why the driving deaths went down.
Yeah,
that's a good
point.
Very good point.
John D says, and those guns are legally obtained, and guess where they're mostly coming from? Our open southern border. I wouldn't doubt it.
Yep. As a guy that lives 2.5 hours north of it, yep.
More than car accidents or drug overdoses. I've sat with parents who've lost a child to firearm violence. I've listened to their stories and felt their pain as
also anecdotal stories don't mean anything. I'm sure you've sat with 5 or 6, probably from one of these school shootings, which is awful. And I'm sure their stories are heartbreaking. There's no denying it, but that doesn't speak for the broader spectrum of why gun violence is happening. The reason that he's talking about it is not because of,
let's be completely honest. This piece of shit probably sat with one family, and it was probably politically motivated from the beginning. And I'm sure they were very politically well connected, because that's normally how this shit goes.
Well, even if he sat with 10,
that's what he's doing now. He's like, I've sat with all these families, and I know how hard it is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use those children's deaths to push my political point.
Right.
Yep.
They
never let a good crisis go to waste.
Holes in their hearts.
Yep.
As a father, I know a parent's worst nightmare is to lose a child, to feel like you can't protect.
Don't you have a wedding ring on?
Do you bet that he's sitting there with sweatpants on too?
I wouldn't judge him for that. I totally would.
Right.
He's probably got some goat curry off to the side.
Do
as well.
you have any idea how uncomfortable some of those uniforms are to sit in for long periods of time? Yeah, I would totally do that.
Yo, Salty with the 10 spot. Look at your XPMs. Pew pews save lives. 500 to 1.5 million lives saved annually, whilst only 8K lost to pew pew violence. Yes, I agree.
My logic in all of this comes into play in that, if you are one of the armed, let's say in a crowd of 100, you're one of the 5 armed citizens, and one guy comes in and just starts kind of causing havoc. Instead of him wiping out maybe 15%, you guys put him down before he even gets to 2.
Yep. Happens all the time.
That's a lot of lives saved because people are armed. Mm-hmm. That's my logic, at least.
But they'll only focus on the fact that, say, 2 people in the crowd were killed and 1 person was killed, which was the original shooter. So they'll put that down. That's 3 more deaths to gun violence.
Well, and also they'll put it down as a mass shooting, even though the shooter committed suicide.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because their definition of a mass shooter, I think mass shooting is 3 or more deaths.
Yep.
So just one more way they can fuck with their statistics. It's almost like that happened once before with something else that was going on in 2020, and a bunch of people got paid for that. Weird. I don't know what that could have possibly been about.
Summer of Love?
Yeah, the Summer of Love. Yeah, not any statistical anomalies that were acting weird.
Over here, but I know what you mean.
Oh yeah. Motorcycle accidents are weird ways to get coded for things.
Bro, oh my God, that shit pissed me all the way off. COVID happened and every single other method of death just stopped for some reason. Get the fuck out of here. Somebody dies in a bicycle accident. COVID found in their blood. We got this one, guys.
Tested positive.
Slap somebody. I'm so damn mad about that shit. That
Tax
shit pissed
dollar.
me off.
Tax dollars hard at work, baby.
What pisses me off the most is that these pieces of shit up top are in power and they get to make up whatever bullshit they want to. And you either have to comply or get thrown in jail. It's so fucking annoying. It is so irritating. And people wonder why I hate the government. Because they fucking lie all the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but the other times they're telling the truth.
Right. You can trust me. You can trust us this time. We're the good guys.
So I'm looking at this.
Go ahead.
Real quick. I'm just gonna. I'll share this screen real quick because this is another it's a misleading statistic.
You've already got it shared in the background. It's the same one.
Guns have remained the leading cause of death for children. Oh wait, I just had it. Oh, right here. In 2021, half of all children and adolescent gun deaths occurred in 10 states. Among those who died, nearly 85% were male, 50% were black, and 83% were between the ages of 15 and 19.
And they're all in blue.
That's not an adolescent or a child, though. Like,
So
they define adolescence as a teenager.
2019, if you look it up for 2019, 19 weren't considered in that.
But like,
they're changing the age range of what they consider adolescent to skew the results.
right. Well, and also the appeal to emotion here with putting child in here. Like, okay, maybe I'll take adolescent, but I mean, 18 and 19 is an adult. Like that's totally a misleading.
I would take young adult.
Does this mean that Doc really didn't do anything wrong? If
Yes.
Counts?
I like the Jen Psaki you pulled there. You just circle back like that.
Circle back. Look at him go. Look at that. Somebody push that button.
Yo, the Beast came through with his membership. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate you, down.
Beast. Hola, brother.
Aloha, not hola. He's not.
God
Spanish.
damn it.
He's
No, bitch, but I'm Mexican, motherfucker.
No, I don't fucking care. No,
he can't understand that.
Fucking white people.
You speak the Islanders' tongue when you speak it to the Islander.
You fucking racist shags.
I'm an Islander. You don't say g'day to
Technically,
me.
yes.
Hey, there you go. That's a good point. Technically, I live on a peninsula, but that doesn't count.
Oh, I thought it was a plantation.
I live on a fucking mountain.
Yeah, you're white. Dude, I was so my good friends, or I don't know if he's my good friend anymore, probably not.
I called him a queer one time, and he really got offended. I don't think.
No, man, his wife has been posting these like fucking videos on Instagram, like so she's white, and my friend, her husband is white, straight male, and she's been posting all these like reels about how we should avoid straight white men. And I was like, and I didn't say anything. I keep laughing and sending it to my other friend, and we keep laughing at her.
And check out what she said this time.
I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Why do people
want a weird practical joke on her, like the whole Dave Chappelle skit where they made the black guy in charge of the KKK? Does she think she's black?
She's Clayton Bigsby.
Right.
Well, she's like, she's white knighting for all these. Like, we should, like, her latest one was about how, if you're into like marketing or consulting, like the next time you go to hire someone, maybe don't hire a straight white male. Think about like marginalized people, like a non-binary or a queer person or a person of color, like who's a woman. And I'm like, this is exactly, I'm like verbatim right now.
So I like you going through that little bit there made me realize immediately what she's trying to do. And she's playing the long game, like most like Dems do. Most Democrats, leftists, progs do. She is saying don't get with a straight white don't hire a straight white male because she realized she fucked up. So she's saying don't get with them so that they become broke, and she has more of a reason to leave her man to then go find a non-white man.
Mm-hmm. This I had an uncle when I was a kid, and for any of you that don't know, my little sister's family is black, and I loved Uncle PJ to death. But Uncle PJ was a racist. Uncle PJ said all white people were the devil, except his wife, his very white wife. And so it's like that's what this reminded me of. That's exactly what I heard of this. It's like all white men are the devil, except my old man. He's cool. It's like what the what kind of contradictory, dumb bullshit this really is. It's
like
literally
Manny from,
white. It's white guilt bullshit.
Like Manny from Half Baked. Fuck you. You're cool. Fuck you. I'm out.
You want to be my girlfriend? I would, but I'm totally into chicks. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I love that fucking movie, dude.
That's a great movie.
Did you guys know? I'm just learning this because I've seen a couple of Jim Brewer clips.
Based.
Well, here's the thing. I thought so, and then all of a sudden he's talking about how like he had like a big falling out with Dave Chappelle, and how he thinks that that's not Dave Chappelle. and like how like Dave Chappelle's either dead or gone, and like whoever this person is not really him. And I don't know, man. Like what? Like seriously, like you got to have some real cojones to like sit on someone's podcast and like say shit like that. Like what? Like, have you guys heard this at all? Have you guys heard him say?
No.
No.
It's not just him. I've heard other people say that he's changed so much since like before he left that this is not the same Dave Chappelle.
So I am under the impression that people who remain rigid in their beliefs, even from like the before times, are now being ostracized as like people who have changed in quotations, because they said the same thing about Kanye. Now, in Kanye's, in their defense for Kanye, they did have him on medication. There's some weird side effects if you just decide to just cold turkey to shit. And then the same thing with Trump. Like they loved Trump back in like the 80s, 90s, and then like out of nowhere he's running for president, and now he's the worst person on the planet. I don't know.
He wasn't racist until he wore a red tie.
Yeah, I mean, Jim Brewer can be as base as he wants to be, but like, you know, the moment you start saying some shit like he's not the same person kind of thing, and you know, the same person has been the same person for the longest.
Yeah,
I start to question you.
Me, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you, bitch.
Are you a straight white man? Then we question you. All right.
He's not a straight white man. He's a straight Australian Jew. How dare you, Shaq?
Oof.
That's right.
That's a tough hand to be dealt, man. Sorry.
I mean, I don't know. There's a lot. That's always the problem.
I just wish my wallet was Jewish.
Right. I don't know. It's one of those things. There's a lot of crazy conspiracy theories out there, and all kinds of smart people get wrapped up in them, and all kinds of dumb people get wrapped up in them. I mean, we've seen this time and time again. I was talking we were talking about because our guest tonight, Miss Ma'am, she's a Rumble exclusive video gamer. And so we did a little hour exclusively on Rumble tonight, so we got to talk about a few spicy subjects and stuff like that. But it was one of the things is like they were talking about, you know, the old saying from Reagan is it's not that our Democratic friends are so stupid, it's just they believe so many things that aren't true. And we were talking about something with the coof and all of that kind of nonsense. And it was one of them situations where it's like, you know, he was working with people that like legitimately were like, yeah, they were like vaccinating their 2-year-olds and stuff like that. And he just thought they were so dumb. And I'm like, they bought into the propaganda. And it's the same thing with our friends, that bought into the QAnon stuff. Dude, I had legitimately smart people I knew that were like, oh man, the QAnon. I'm like, dude, all of that stuff is complete and total nonsense. The first time I'd heard about QAnon was from a Democrat. I had no idea what the hell that shit was. And then all of a sudden, my freaking pretty based and level-headed delivery guy was all of a sudden bringing me in all this like QAnon BS. And I'm like, dude, where are you coming with this nonsense? You know? So it's like, that's just, dude, yeah, giggity. But yeah, it's fucking crazy. Some of the shit people will believe out there.
I mean, like there's still people to this day that believe that Kyle Rittenhouse shot three black dudes. So
exactly.
Oh my God.
100% to a T. And they will believe that to their dying day. It's the same people that grew up believing Cleopatra was black. You know,
see, that's a bridge too far. She was a fucking African queen. How dare you, Jesse the Commoner?
She was an African queen who was Greek, redheaded, and green-eyed.
like a proper African queen.
Once again, the erasure of redheads, not only from pop culture but history itself. That's how bad it's gotten. Damn you!
Give us like another like, you know, couple 100 years or so, and we'll eventually take that ginger and turn it into the true anagram that it really is.
Dude, it's gonna be so bad that when Netflix does a documentary on the root ginger, it's just gonna be called Black.
That's
when you know the ginger side is for real.
Rip to them gingers. That's funny.
Are you guys gonna watch the Trump Biden debate tomorrow?
Oh
no.
Nah.
I need to see how bad Biden goes to see if my original prediction that they're going to bring Hillary back in, because all of a sudden she's been running her mouth the last 2 months again.
Yeah. It's up for debate with me. I don't know. Like I'm going to be cooking, so the TV might be running, and if it happens to be on at the same time, then there you go. But I'm not going to go out of my way to look for it. I should say.
I'm kind of with sheep on this one, unless I get dragged into a stream. Although I did get an offer from a crypto advocacy group that if I hosted a watch party, they'd give me a fun $50 like ticket for pizza. So I'm still debating on that. Yeah, I was like, that sounds like a pretty good deal.
But
yeah, unless I get,
I know about Pizzagate.
yeah, unless
From this QAnon
Yeah.
fella.
unless exactly. And unless I get dragged into a stream, I don't give a shit. We've got two old boomers arguing over shit that I've heard them argue over for the last 8 years.
If I do make an effort to watch it, I just want to see Biden fuck up. That's all.
Yeah, I do it just to laugh.
I turn it into a spectacle. I want to see him trip standing up. It's just standing straight. It'd be funny as hell.
I
He
just
hits
want to
the
see
ground and
Barack
he trips
Obama
again.
come in white
But-
face and pretend to be Biden for an hour.
Oh, that would be great. Oh my god, that would be great. Wow, this elegant cracker really does seem to speak well.
I did see Amarada had shared on Twitter that CNN was showing off their debate microphones, and
Oh yeah.
if they attempt to interrupt one another, they're going to just mute them, which isn't the worst thing, but like to do. But you got to make sure it's like even. I mean, Trump is going to interrupt any chance he gets. There's no doubt about it.
Well, CNN is known for their non-biased commentary, so I think
Yeah,
they're in safe hands.
Yeah, yeah.
Completely and totally most fair and balanced network out there, hands down, no doubt about it whatsoever.
See, the power play that Trump would do is to just shut up whenever Biden talks.
Just let him ramble and
yes.
run at it. Because that actually worked really well for Trump in the second debate last time, because Biden can only go for so long. The longer whatever drugs they've got him on to give him that little energy boost, they only last for so long. And you could tell that in that second debate when Trump would shut up and just let Biden run, you could just watch Biden just go.
The wider his eyes get,
maybe you should ask your son for some of his supplies.
Yeah. No, that's called dementia pills, man. You don't want those.
They basically got on Biden on a lot of meth.
Yeah. Shout out to Hunter.
Somebody's got to hook him up. And here we thought it was Hunter's crack that they found in the White House.
It was. What do you mean?
He was just bringing it to his dad to give it to him. That's all.
That's all.
Oh,
Something laptop.
And like a good son, he had to sample it to make sure it wasn't bad, because after all, his dad's the president of the United States. So
exactly.
He had to
because
check
you come in
all of it.
multiple bags, you got to take one from each bag just to be certain.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
All right, this one's good. This one's good. This one's good.
Thinking of this one.
This one's good.
Yeah.
What do you have?
It's 5 hour energy. Get a couple 5 hour energies for Biden.
They're just
There
going
you
to give
go.
it to him. They're going to give it to him either intravenously or by suppository. He'd probably prefer the suppository, though.
Ooh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, that's getting clipped. Congratulations, bro.
Need some more of those.
That's right. 30% for the big guy.
Oh man, what else happened this week? So Rex, you're Rumble exclusive
Rex?
for gaming. I said Vex. Sorry.
Rex.
All right, Vex.
Wow.
If I said
I
Rex,
what?
He
I
now identifies as a fucking dinosaur. That's
Oh,
cool.
hold on. I have a picture for
Vex
that.
Electronica. Of
Oh,
course you do.
The
'Cause that's not the
Velocipaster?
first time it's happened. There you go. I don't even notice a difference. It looks just like her. It looks just like her.
Tyrannosaurus Vex.
Oh, God damn it.
That's a Varexoraptor.
So
I'm not doing gaming or anything on Rumble at the moment. I'm trying to figure shit out because I'm working 2 jobs, so it's just like finding the time to want to like not kill myself in Minecraft editing videos is very hard.
Understandable.
that's fair.
Do it,
Um,
please.
Because I was going to ask you
Minecraft.
what?
You want to? Right now?
No, it's gone over your head.
It's okay.
I was going to ask you what your thoughts were on Rumble. I keep asking. I like having the conversation over and over again with people who are using it or not using it or somewhere in between. Like what your thoughts is on the platform in general.
I mean, if I made more political content or content that leaned that way, I'd use Rumble a lot more, but it's still just not there for someone like me who just likes to post like movie and TV reviews, in all honesty.
Yeah.
So I did do a live stream over there yesterday with someone. And like the numbers are pretty good over there, but again, it leaned into the political stuff, and he has a more political channel compared to, well, basically a strictly political channel compared to me. So his views are great, but when I can go over to Rumble and I can get the same kind of exposure and viewership that I do on YouTube, that will be the time I switch over. But it's just not worth it until then.
Okay, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I as well enjoy entertainment more than politics, as everybody should. God damn it, politics are vile.
It is, but yeah, sometimes we like to discuss it, right? Just for fun, especially when everyone's being fucking retarded on the internet and, you know, canceling each other over this and misinterpreting that. So it's nice to have conversations with people that actually want to have a conversation instead of just spit an opinion at you.
Did you hear what she said? She just called people retarded. She hates the disabled.
I do.
Wow.
I do hate the disabled.
Wow, absolutely.
You should not be given
ableist.
life if you're disabled. I said it.
So such an instant.
Okay, you got to understand, guys. She's from Canada. That's actually their policy.
Yes, it is. It is. They actually have a healthcare system set up specifically for that.
I stubbed my toe. You want to die?
Oh, he's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Oh, did I hear a sneeze? That's usually like the first foot in. Like,
oh, you had a good run. You're 3 years old.
God.
I gotta give him.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I was just going to give some props to Rumble on something because I had an issue yesterday with my morning live stream because they'd added this cool new little feature that made it to where when you upload videos now, you don't always have to like me. I've got 3 different channels on there because I've got like my base username because I've been on Rumble forever, and then I've got my 2 channels, and they had this awesome little feature where now instead of having to select your channel, you can just set one as a default and it'll automatically do it. Well, the problem was this caused a glitch on the back end because if you set up your live stream in the back end like normal, then it would automatically default to my base user profile. So like the Jess 1791 that you see on like StreamYards or whatever. And like, obviously nobody's going to see that. Nobody follows that channel or anything like that. And by the time because I figured out a workaround, I just use Rumble Studios. But by the time I was done with my stream, they'd already responded and the problem was already fixed. So all I did was reach out to Twitter. And so like they're working on their algorithm thing to make videos worth it to putting over there and stuff like that. They're constantly making updates all summer long. They've got a bunch of stuff coming. They respond to you. You know, you reach out to their guys and they'll talk to you. And that's one of the cool parts about that. And that's something you don't see from any other platform. So, I mean, yeah, it's got its issues. Yeah, it's still literally in its infancy if we really want to talk about it compared to all of the rest of the streaming platforms out there. Because I mean, Kick got their foot in the door by literally just ripping off Twitch. You know, and because they got they bought the code off of it from Amazon. Yeah. You know, so it's like that's why they were able to hit the ground running, whereas Rumble is doing everything from the ground up, everything from scratch. So.
Which I admire what they're doing, and like I also like that it's very much a free speech platform, and I can say all the gamer words over there, but it's just as a content creator, it's just not worth it for me to go over. Yeah,
very true. That was my Fallout shelter. They kept me going full time, even when my YouTube channel got nuked. So I love those boys.
Was a terrible game, by the way.
Which one? It was pretty bad.
Fallout Shelter,
a free to play mobile game.
Someone told me to download it because it was addicting, and I still haven't tried it.
Don't.
Yeah, you're not missing anything.
It's a waste of time.
Dang. Right.
Salty came back with another $10. Thanks so much, man. Says, you know what else is a good show on YouTube? Well, besides the Common Nerds, the Salty and Savage show.
Exactly, I love it.
We're based, slightly retarded, and all fun. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what we like to hear.
And he said, and obviously this show, which everyone should watch regularly, because the Shagsworth has the chill that we all should have.
Don't fucking lie to him like that. I hate y'all,
bro.
Man.
Have you seen me in my TikToks, my TikTok debates, bro? I am fucking like cool, dude. I'm cool.
This self-aggrandizing son of a bitch right here.
I watch you in those, and I feel like I'm having a stroke. Like
they're literally my favorite things to do now because it's fun for me, but it's also fun to listen to the mental disabilities come out like in words, but also watch the chat just because every time, oh, I fucking hate these, but here I am, you know, like everyone on my channel, like they don't like them, but they have to be there to see. It's like a car wreck. No one wants to see this car wreck, but you have to look at it. Where's the body? I got it. Oh shit, that guy's all over his windshield. You know, like
Oh, I wish I didn't see that.
The
Oh, I'm gonna
Sistine
watch
Chapel of like terrible events.
That's
The car
essentially
crash.
that's essentially what TikTok is. It's the Sistine Chapel of car wrecks.
Oh, it is. I had a fun one recently. It was pretty short, but like I had pretty much I said my piece, I refuted almost every one of their points, and it just was like, oh, well, you know, I got to go because I've been streaming for a long time. So, and I'm just like, that's a huge dub right there. Love it.
Ah. Oh yeah.
No,
So-
I think
Don't
the
go over a kid in a wheelchair. You knew you were going to win.
Yeah.
you fucking ableist.
So
I think
You ain't wrong.
I think the best wins when in a debate are the ones where you can hear the enthusiasm leaving as they continue their positions. Like, I don't even know why I'm up here anymore. Like, what about this in this? I guess it's like, bro, look, take it seriously, please. I don't like hitting like, you know, defenseless people. Can we get back in the fight?
Dude, it's so easy. They never hit back.
It doesn't.
I know. I hate myself for it. I want to hit myself.
I'll give credit where it's due. Some of these people have like real like charisma, and they're able to keep the gloves up for a long time.
They have charisma.
Yeah, and they like, but this particular one, they were like, oh well, how do you know that? How do you know this particular thing? See, I guarantee that this probably happens a lot. And I was just like, what did you just say? Like, yeah, you know, like 1 in a million times. They said 1 in a million, as if that was a real statistic they read. And I'm like, you don't know this any more than I do.
Chance.
Yeah,
There's
exactly.
definitely a higher chance than 1 to 1 million and 1. I'm just saying, like that's a huge jump, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. I enjoy it. I'm a masochist.
We can tell.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The verbal masochist. That's the worst part.
Here,
The
check
rest
this out.
of it-
This will give everyone a laugh. I just want to show you this real quick.
Ha! Oh,
Asmongold's likes are exposed.
Bad thing to think about, but that's really about it. Let me see. I can pull up and let me see if I can find it.
No. Okay. I will
I'm
give
not
him
mad at
absolute.
him.
I will give him absolute credit because he breezed right past that shit
he's
instead of
chill.
making it a big deal.
Didn't
Shout out
give-
to Asmongold for that one.
Didn't
that
give
man-
2 fucks.
This man had the biggest titted bimbo out there and just kept going.
At the
Like,
top of
it's
his
a regular
likes.
dead ass. It's a regular
Bunch of
dead ass.
recent-
That's it.
Oh,
Oh, the
fucking
roaches in the back of his room were cheering him on for that one.
Right.
Dude.
I saw.
I'm just thankful it was a woman.
Look, and then he's looking over at chat like, oh, do they fucking see that? Shit.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Oh, no.
He's rolling
All
with it. He's rolling with it.
Yeah, no one's surprised that he might slightly be degenerate.
I mean, like, let's be honest though. Was Asmongold not liking that shit before likes were hidden?
No,
Come
I
on.
highly doubt he wasn't.
Come on, I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Asmongold being slightly degenerate. So salty. Yeah, he read your mind, Shags. There you go.
Yep.
I'm of the belief that everyone has a level of degeneracy to them,
100%. No,
and that's fine. Whatever, like you do you. It's your life.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
my
get on with your
degeneracy
bad
is
self.
normal.
Mhm.
So I'm all
I
right.
mean,
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair.
sheep's all about the tentacles, so we're not judging.
Precisely.
It's true.
Asmongold needs Jesus. We all need Jesus. Don't we?
The problem is every time I see Asmongold, I think Charlie's sick, and then I realize it's a different person. I'm like, what happened to Most Critical? Oh wait, that's a different bloke.
Every time I say I think Maximilian dude's balding. I'm like, damn, all right, damn, that sucks. Oh wait, there's a roach in there. Never mind, wrong guy.
See, exactly. I was once a degenerate, then I got saved, and now I'm only slightly degenerate. Exactly.
Shouts to Salty. Shouts
Yeah,
to Jesus.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Shout out to my boy Jesus.
He got most of his degeneracy when he went overseas.
Good for Asmund, dude, man, after my own heart. Hell yeah, Jock. Oh, that is great. Oh, shit.
Fucking judge you, motherfucker. Exactly. Exactly.
No shame, man. Trust
we
me.
weren't shaming. I gave
just
him a
find it
thumbs
funny.
up.
Oh my god.
I like that. Like, you know, you see like this picture that I have of DSP, who somebody sent him for YouTube. It sent him some girl boy porn. Like exactly. It's like, you know, like it was like an Earth documentary. Then it cut to a scene, and he was like, "That's where his face came from." He's like, "All right, someone's about to get banned." So it's funny because he had that reaction. Pokimane had the reaction to like somebody sending her some stuff. She freaked out, and it's just like, bro, just play it off like Asmund did. That's it. It's cool.
Ow, shit. Did I show you guys? Was it last week that we talked about the New Amsterdam show, or did I talk about it on something else?
You talked about it on something else because you're talking about that show that's on Twitter.
The racist humor.
Yeah, did you see that?
I did watch it. Yep.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, never mind. It's something
So for
else.
those who
It's
don't,
based in
know.
fact. It's based in reality.
Yeah.
Oh,
So this is a real show on network television. It's called New Amsterdam. It's like one of those hospital shows or whatever.
Oh yeah. I remember this.
This clip's a few years old too, mind you. This is a show that came out a while. This is an episode that came out a while back.
Yeah,
I don't care. She's still fucking hot, Jesse, and I'll defend it till the end of time.
I have no doubt about that whatsoever.
It's a show that Amarada and her mother watch every now and then. Like, you know, if it's there, like usually if there's like a new episode, they'll like pop in and watch it or something like that. But yeah, they haven't turned this shit on in like a while now. So
couch over there.
You always play the doctor.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. I had Cephas answer some questions from a Harvard test known as unrest. It is designed to measure someone's level of social resistance.
Social resistance.
When people like us oppose the values and policies of the dominant culture.
Sure.
People like us.
Oh, she means women's.
Do you see how she looked at him though too? Like, look, you know, the dominant culture.
You fucking whites! How dare you?
That's right.
And what does that have to do?
Your son, he feels threatened on a daily basis.
This guy's holding back every bit of laughter he possibly can. If he has to be, there's no way he's not.
No, listen. If I were him, you give me that script, I'm like, bro, just give me the check. I'm going home. I'm done, bro. I'm good.
Right.
I'm not gonna make it through, bro. It's gonna be like a Monty Python bit all day.
Oh my god! You would think this is, but nope. They are serious as a heart attack here.
And as serious as a racist tumor.
I was about to say.
But because his life is seemingly free from all this, because he can't name it, he's internalizing it.
Name what?
Because he can't meme it. That's your sign, parents. Let your children meme.
This tumor was caused by racism.
What the actual fuck?
The worst, the funniest part is like they don't even like a good writing might like just leave an implication, like let you draw your own conclusions.
Yes.
No, they just came out and said this shit. Like someone wrote it on the page and we're like, yeah, say those words. So we look good.
This right here, even if he delivered that line as he just did, as like stoic as possible, the best form of writing would have been to follow up with the mother's face just like contorting, like, the fuck? What is what's wrong with you? And then just get her son the hell out of there.
You know what
That
the
would have been
worst part of the worst part about this? They're probably referencing a real Harvard study.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure.
no.
Dude, that's what I said. Dude, that's when I wasn't joking when I said that's a real case. All their things that happen on that they all come from real cases.
Jesus Christ.
What?
Lord save us all. Holy cow.
Exactly, Mephisto. Like the dude on the show, he's not even an actual doctor.
Anyway. So.
The dude's not even a doctor on the show. He's just a psychologist.
Oh God.
How does he know the tumor is racist then?
It's not a tumor.
No. The tumor's not racist. That's a racist thing to say, actually. It's caused by racism.
That's right.
It's not a racism.
Because he's internalizing all that hatred. because he can't process and he can't meme about it.
That tracks.
See, he just needs to join the Legion of Memers and he'll be just fine.
I don't even.
Sense. It's like that episode of Gumball when he went like the entire episode without slinging insults at people, and he started spewing like venom and shit out of his like, or the venom that he was spewing started cooking him from the inside. It's like that. Just like
see, that's probably where the guys at Harvard got the idea from. They probably watched that episode. They're like, I bet that's real. Let's study it and find out.
Then the psychology
since the 80s. They used to hurl insults at plants, racism and everything, and then the other ones I would compliment it to see if it would make a difference.
Yeah, what happens, right?
It turned out.
Well, the problem was the one that they were yelling at and all the profanities actually ended up growing, stronger.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
See, the next scene that happens that was like it was cut out. The next scene that happens is that he recommends the healthcare system in Canada to the mom.
But the problem was all the plants that were being yelled at were the ones that were healthy by the end. A little adversity goes a long way to sustainability.
Exactly.
Strange concept. It's almost like when you cut a tree down, they grow branches and come back. It's weird.
I just don't understand.
I do.
I don't understand.
The asylum is run by the crazy.
Racism is bad, and it causes cancer.
Tumors, specifically.
So therefore, we can now say you're doing harm, physical harm. So if you're racist to someone, you're physically harming them now, so we can hurt you.
And Shags, remember how we were just talking about gun violence as the next health crisis?
Oh, yeah.
Racism is causing tumors among Black people. So that's now
do you
the
remember
emergency
when
health
global warming was racist?
Yes, I remember that.
Oh, yeah, because it was affecting the minorities and the people in the ghetto worse than everybody. Oh, yeah.
Wait, what? Sorry.
Oh, you didn't hear about that? Yeah.
Global warming was racist. There was a big thing in England about it.
Yeah, it was affecting the lower minority communities worse than everybody else. So, yeah. And a country who literally considers like 78 to be a heat wave, they're worried about global warming. Hey, here's an idea: air conditioning.
But air conditioning is sexist. Didn't you hear?
Yeah,
I thought it was racist
over there. Well, it makes women's nipples go hard, so therefore it creates an work environment for men.
Bullshit. They got rid of that shit in the fucking 90s with that asshole that created padded bras. Fuck that guy.
Listen, ACs make women's nipples go hard. That's fine. So what? Like, what's the big deal?
Well, the nipples is a big deal.
I know. That then see, the women are happy, and then the men are happy, and then everybody's happy. What the fuck are they doing?
Well, I mean, usually they'd be wearing a bra to work, you'd think, but
well, that's on them. It's like not my paycheck to spend money on to spend to get bras for. It's yours.
Wow. There we go.
Yeah, we'll making
babies and sandwiches. So yeah.
Like a mean sandwich.
See, the timing would have been perfect if like a common nerd's wife just handed him a sandwich. I'd have like, damn.
Dude, it's past 10 o'clock. She's already asleep, man.
That'd have been funny as hell, though. She gets up specifically to make you a sandwich and then goes back to bed.
Dude, that would have been the best thing ever. That would have been great. Oh, God. I'll have to time that better, Salty. We have to pre-plan when you're going to make comments like that so we can time them just right.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, my God. So what else is going on? What else? I've touched on almost everything I had. Do you guys have anything?
Giggity. I'll touch on everything you have there, buddy.
Oh, can I film it?
Yeah, only if we can put our OnlyFans and make a profit off of it.
Exactly.
That's what we gotta do here. Oh, well, there's this. So my wife watches Pluto a lot, and I end up watching Pluto a lot because there's a lot of the CSI shows are on it, and they have like entire channels dedicated to them. She likes watching those on repeat. Gives her something to distract herself with. But there's one of the commercials on there from the guys. They're only famous because they've been on Joe Rogan the podcast a bunch of times, but they got like their own little podcast now. And one of the guys is like, I'll do anything for numbers, and I'm just like, oh, you motherfucker, you nasty son of a bitch. What the fuck? But yeah, that's exactly. We'll do anything. $20 is $20, right? The Wizarding. We've got some good news from Harry Potter. We've got some controversy with Superman's new hair. We've got Hillary Clinton. We've got Hillary Clinton. Supposedly, Wizards of the Coast is accused of using Hillary Clinton as a model for their new Dungeons and Dragons Paladin.
No, they needed a new ogre.
No, didn't you hear? All the orcs are now Hispanic. Yeah, so it's racist to call orcs black, but apparently it's okay to call them Hispanic now. There's some good news about One Piece, though. That's about that. So, I mean, I got a bunch of stuff. We got a four-legged woman doing a dancing contest.
Jack, did I play the Elden Ring DLC yet? I just started it. I'm gonna stream it, but it's for me, it's New Game Plus DLC. So it's a little bit more difficult than the average goer, it would seem. So I'll be playing it eventually. I got into the Land of Shadow and like basically to that first little like town that you walk up to. It's like right past, like it's like the graveyard plain or whatever it's called. I'm like right in there. So I didn't progress anywhere because I just wanted to do my full playthrough of it on stream. So that'll be fun. New Game Plus DLC, which from what I've seen, it's pretty damn hard. So,
hey, Ogre, welcome to the Brown Pride Club, brother. What's going on, man?
I'll say, as someone who is not, I don't follow Superman like comics and costumes and all that stuff, but I'm not impressed by the costume that we're seeing. I hope that there's some digital like stuff that's done to it, because I don't think it looks good. I know everyone's like, oh, the pants and the colors and the thing. I don't see it. Doesn't look good.
That's not even the latest controversy. Have you seen the latest controversy?
What is it?
His hair.
His hair.
Oh, the fuckboy hair. Yeah.
This is Clark.
No.
So
I said he looks like an American cosplaying as a Korean trying to be Superman.
I am Crocker Kentry.
Crocker Kentry.
This is the type of dude that chicks on birth control are attracted to.
I thought chicks on birth control weren't attracted to anybody, and that's the problem.
I don't see why it's an issue. I mean, it doesn't look real, but apart from that, like,
no.
I mean, Clark Kent is the mask that Superman wears, so
yeah,
it's true.
Well, I mean, like the thing is, right? They explain later on in comics that the reason his identity is so well kept is because his glasses are Kryptonian tech that masks his identity.
Oh,
really?
Yeah. I don't remember what fucking book it was that was explained in, but that was the whole idea.
Could you say that again?
His glasses are Kryptonian tech that mask his identity.
No, it's not.
That's some retcon.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know it's a retcon, but like that's how they explained it later on.
Oh, when everybody was questioning, it's like, okay, let's just finally shut the fans up. Here's a stupid
glasses. How do people not see through glasses? I mean, have you seen some people, like some celebrities, when they have glasses on versus when they don't? They look like two different people.
That is true.
Yeah.
The original costume, though, like his Superman costume, I don't like the idea that people are coping with the whole, they'll edit it in post-production. Because every other superhero we've ever gotten, for the most part, it's like you get fit and you have a suit that fits you and you film in the fucking suit. Unless you're like Iron Man, where it's like it's kind of hard to put a man in an iron suit.
Right.
Right?
So that's full CG.
Right, and then this dude
I don't even think they tried to put him in a suit
for a year on top of this, and he still has to wear they still got to digitally alter a suit. What is he working out for?
Well, and that doesn't make any sense either, because Homeboy got jacked as shit. His arms are huge.
Yeah,
like he's a monster now. And so I don't know. Maybe they should have bought a better tailor.
See, that doesn't look good. Like. The suit looks, I mean, we've all commented on this picture at some point or another, but it looks baggy and like it doesn't fit.
I'll see if I can find some of the other ones we've got from on the ground. Right,
and like the turtleneck thing, kind of.
Yeah, that's a odd choice. Yeah.
But yeah, my thing is, I think they're trying to model it off of more of like what it looks more like the Injustice Superman costume.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like a Spirit Halloween costume.
That too.
Mhm.
Although that's doing the disservice to the spirit of Halloween. It's more like Party City. Listen, I got my pineapple suit at Spirit of Halloween, and I got mileage out of that bitch.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, see, this looks bad too. This looks awful. It looks awful.
So like there's like a bunch of lines on the suit. Like when you zoom in, you can see there's some patterns on it. They probably are going to digitally alter this, and I imagine all of those lines are going to be points for the VFX artist to work off of to smooth it all out.
Yeah.
Could be a possibility, but they did make Henry Cavill's suit have that, because I see what you're saying about the pattern on it. They did have Henry Cavill's suit have that same kind of like fish kind of like fish scale. Yeah, fish scale.
But
kind of
that
thing
was
on it.
part of the whole suit, right? Like here, it's like odd grooves here and there that don't make sense for the style.
Oh, you're
they're
talking about the
trying to go
lines.
for.
Yeah, you're talking about the
Yeah.
lines here. Yeah. I got you. Now, here's my question though: how many of us remember seeing pictures of Henry Cavill in the suit before they did anything to it?
Hello.
I don't, because I wasn't looking at that shit. I didn't care. I didn't even see the movies. I saw Batman versus Superman and was like, this shit's trash, and didn't watch anything else.
Listen.
Man of Steel is good.
Watch Justice League just for the bit where Henry Cavill gets into the bathtub. It's
Did you
worth
just tell me, a red-blooded, straight American man, to watch another movie, or watch a movie for another guy naked?
Not just another guy, Henry Cavill.
Shut the fuck up, Vex. No, I'm not watching no goddamn.
Okay, look, if I'm going to be completely honest here with this one, like I kind of jumped for joy when I saw Henry Cavill take his shirt off in the first Superman movie, just because like I'm a guy that like I got some hair on my chest, like an average normal human being man would, and I got excited. I was like, that's a man's chest right there. That man's got hair on his chest.
Make no mistake. Don't get it twisted. Like Henry Cavill in Man of Steel and all that, like that's exactly what like a lot of us like think like, oh, if I could have it, it would be that. Like fuck you if you say otherwise. Oh no, I love my pot belly and fucking skinny ass legs.
I said nothing about
Hell
a fucking pot belly.
No,
Now,
not you. Not you. I'm just saying.
If I was looking for a specific physique, I'm looking for Nightwing. That's what I'm going for.
You want that ass?
No, because Nightwing is my favorite fucking DC hero, and I've always like idolized him. I'm like, I want to be like that guy. We got the same height. I gotta get to his weight though. Like he's a little bit lighter than I am.
I'll rehydrate him, Salty. Don't worry.
Oh boy, the piping seems like a stylistic
I thought you would have
choice.
drained him.
Not a great one. Yeah, very, very true. It's not a good choice, and there's par for the course for DC. It seems there's a lot of bad design choices. Oh, the Beast with $2. Hashtag Vex is the problem.
Nah, it's so true.
Thanks. Did you guys hear that little song bit that came through, or no?
No.
Okay, because it's just on my
No,
side.
I did hear Vex was the problem. Yes, I did hear that.
Yeah.
I have a sound
know that song.
notification that comes through. So
Why?
I know that song.
it's for Twitch mostly. Like when if I'm live streaming through OBS, you'll hear the sound alert. That's like a song. So, but it doesn't come through on. I'm running my bot. That's why I'm running the bot that does those. Yeah, what's up, Camelot? How's the hump tonight? We're doing well, man.
This guy,
Great.
Camelot. Shout out to that guy. Oh,
I
look,
thought you brought up a picture of Camelot for a second, but
that's not Henry. That's
You know how you know it's not Camelot? Because the shirt isn't all the way off.
That's a good point too. That's a good point. Too.
Also, he's got the Stanley Yelnats hair.
Hold on. This is David Corn Sweat?
Yes,
Corn
Sweet.
Sweat.
This is Corn Sweet.
Look at how jacked this dude got. And they've got him in a fucking padded suit? Are you serious?
Listen. Corpos don't understand what the fuck they're doing with anything they have, right? Like, for example, when I was in the military, they had me set for orders to go to Afghanistan. I did 3 months of training for Afghanistan specifically. And then 2 days prior to our deployment, they gave me orders for Kuwait. Two completely separate situations. So now I'm in the middle of nowhere with all of this like IED training and stuff like that in a fucking green zone. The motherfuckers don't know what the hell they're doing.
Hey, both countries have an A in it.
Yeah.
That's
you know
fair.
what? Have you guys? Well, I'm sure Vex has. Have any of you other guys watched House of the Dragon yet?
I have not watched House
Hell
of the
no.
Dragon.
I haven't watched the new season.
I have.
What? Hell no. How come hell no?
I take zero interest in anything related to Game of Thrones.
Really?
Me too.
Like I watched the first couple of episodes of Game of Thrones, and I'm sick of people saying just give it a little more time. No, fuck you. You're not hooked in the first few episodes. I don't care much.
I was hooked in the first episode.
Wow,
They shoved that kid out the window, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh wow, something I've seen already.
I've never seen a kid shoved out of a fucking window tower before because he caught two siblings fucked. I've actually never seen a kid actually shoved out of a window before.
Listen, 30 Days of Night had a little girl get her head cut off in the store. I was hyped with that shit. And they kept that shit on camera too.
Game of Thrones is just one of those things where it was so popular and I was just so turned off by it. But then I remember when it was circulating all of those clips of Jason Momoa graping some chick, and I was like, maybe I should be watching Game of Thrones. But then I heard like 6 episodes. So I was like, oh, never mind then. I don't really care.
It's epic. Yes, I do like High School of the Dead. That's a pretty good series. I'm mad it ended because the writer, and he had an unfortunate, untimely demise.
I think House of the Dragon, I feel like is definitely a better like start to like. If you're new to the series and you haven't seen anything, I think starting with this one is good because there's a little bit more happening faster.
That's what I've heard as well.
Yeah. And the acting in it, I think, is less of a drag at times. Like the first season of Game of Thrones, there's definitely good actors in it, but there's only a couple that really like drive it home. Where House of the Dragon, like almost everybody that's on screen is just giving the best performance. And then the set pieces are
Doctor Who's bum in the first episode.
Yeah, it's true.
Doctor Who?
Matt Smith. Yeah, Master Smith.
Yeah,
Yeah, sorry. I was like, I thought you were sorry. Yes, you could see his butt. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think this show has been insanely good. And the setup for this season, the first 2 episodes have been really good. But since no one's watched it, you don't have to even talk about it. So there we go.
Oh, well, fuck me then, I guess.
Oh, you have seen it.
Grant watched it.
Yeah, I do 2 streams a week about it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Wow.
Wow. Way to keep up with your friends doing, Shags.
I can hardly keep up with my own schedule, damn it.
Dick.
Jesus.
Sounds like a bunch of excuses to me.
You're not wrong.
You know what?
So Grant, what do you think of House of the Dragon season 2 so far?
It's good, but I'm a book snob and a purist, and I should just switch my brain off with it. And I'm like, well, I would, but they said this is the definitive truth, and I'm like, well, this can't be the definitive truth because George is still bringing out the second part to this book apparently, and why would he retcon all that stuff just on a book that he's already done? It doesn't make any sense. So
dragons are gay. That's why.
Well, not only one of them is. So,
wow, really? Talk about how
we don't know because we don't know. We don't know how they actually reproduce. That's the problem. No one's actually seen it. So, sometimes they lay eggs.
How can anyone look at Matt Smith and make him not laugh without laughing continuously?
Well, I think he's an ugly looking prick, but that's besides the point.
Yes, Matt Smith's kind of a funny looking dude to begin with.
He kind of is.
Yeah, but I don't think he looks bad in that makeup though. Like in the hair.
Matt Smith came to I'm forgetting the name of the haunted house, like the scare house in Atlanta. My buddy used to work at. He went there with a couple people, and like the girl he was with got the fucking piss scared out of her.
Oh, Netherworld.
Netherworld, yes.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that place is great.
Yeah, my husband and I went last year. Yeah, fucking awesome.
I recommend it. It's a really cool place.
It actually is a scary haunted house. Was the other?
Yeah.
I squealed twice, and I usually have a pretty high tolerance.
My buddy plays. He played a plague doctor when he was there.
Ooh. Okay. All right. Nice.
It's pretty cool.
So
Y'all should go.
Did Matt Smith scream like a bitch, or was he cool?
No, he was cool. Like, I mean, he jumped, but he was cool.
Nice. Because like if you would have came at me and like Matt Skrith like screamed like a big fucking bitch and like ran out of the place, I would have been like, it honestly wouldn't surprise me all that much.
I mean,
He's kind of a big, like he's tall though. My understanding though, he's a pretty tall guy, so I could see why he wouldn't get too intimidated.
If it was the latest version of the Doctor, he would have just stood there and cried and waited for someone to save him.
no, he would have.
No
He would have cried before he got out the car. What do you mean?
Oh my god,
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Grant, I would love to talk to you about this show sometimes about like book versus show. By the way, because it's I haven't read the book and I will eventually, but I've heard this said before that if you really like the book and you're a purist, that you would be disappointed with how the show's going.
They changed the race of the Valerians to make them black, and the only black canonical character that was in the books they completely removed, not in the series at all. which is a character that has huge implications to the main story. That doesn't exist. The heir to the throne now doesn't exist because they decided that we didn't want to confuse people with the names. You're going to get confused with the names. You can't help it. The way it is.
Yep.
The thing of it is, it's very well acted. The choreography with the fight scene was pretty decent when they had twins versus twins.
It was so good.
Noticed. Yeah, Eric versus Arik was pretty kick-ass. Yeah, it's a good show. I have my issues with it, but I'm still looking forward to it each week. It was, put it this way, season 1 was good enough that it got me to actually go back and re-buy the books that I got rid of because I hated what happened in seasons 5 through to 8 of Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
it actually got me back interested in the whole entire lore and everything, and it's literally like one of the only few streams that I do each week that I'm like genuinely like giddy to jump on and talk about, even if it's dog shit of an episode. But it hasn't been any of those that were what I would consider bad episodes, just a lot of bad things in good episodes.
Right. Well, it's crazy that we have this, but we don't have the ending of the Song of Ice and Fire. And in the books, we don't even know what happens with Jon Snow, but we have his whole ending.
He's probably going to come back as a firewhite. Like the Night King doesn't even exist in the books. That's a TV series.
Yeah.
Well, the Night King did exist, but it was a different character.
Right.
But yeah, there's so many cool things. But yeah, we'll save it for a stream. I'll shoot you a link next time we're talking about it.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Because like I said, I really like the show. I like how the show is made. I like it versus, again, we talked about quality of show, like Acolyte versus House of the Dragon, and just how like sterile something like the Acolyte looks, and then just how real and lived in the like House of the Dragon. It looks like Westeros looks like a real place. Like you could get into a plane, fly there.
Because half of it is.
Right.
It's not shot on one little soundstage. And then, 2 jungle shots.
Well, here's something I found like really interesting about the show. So I was on the Salty Saturdays last weekend with the guys, and we were talking about this and how like all the outfits in the Acolyte are like clean. They're not like, there's nothing dirty about the environment. It just looks clean. And this past episode of House of the Dragon, there's a shot where
a major plot point about someone's clothes being dirty.
Well, it was in this episode of House of the Dragon, there's a shot of Rhaenyra like looking like towards the window, and it's like focused only on her eyes, but even the air was dirty. Like
they had all the dust particles and
like it's just something I just picked up on because of just talking about all this stuff. But it just thought it was very interesting that even that just dead space was too dirty. But anyways, that's enough nerding out. I know you guys are not enjoying it, but
what do you mean nerding out? I mean, like, aside with the
Thanks,
with the high school of the dragon, House of the Dragon. God damn it! With the House of the Dragon talk out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about how Chidi Gatwa, well, more so Russell T Davies, somehow revived and ruined Doctor Who.
Dude, it's the Cosby meme from the 80s. I brought you into this world, and I'm going to be the one that takes you out.
Yeah, basically.
It's literally that.
It's great. It's great. Well done.
Go up one.
Now, I will say I will say props to I guess this new season of Doctor Who, because every episode that had the Doctor in it, he cried.
Why?
Yeah, well, because he's a complete and total beta male bitch,
Completely.
and because they are doing everything they can. Like literally, this is the worst. Because there's a reason why Grant Gregory and I do a Sunday night show with Sunker Maidens reviewing when who was good, like going over the David Tennant eras and stuff like that. Because literally, this is the worst ratings of all seasons of all time. They have broken records for the worst season finale and the lowest rated show of the entire 60-year history of Doctor Who. Like they broke a record that had been held since the 80s on this show. And like, this is worse than the Jodie Whittaker, Chris Chibnall era. And we thought that was the bad times. Disney and Russell T Davies literally resurrected the corpse of Doctor Who, shoved their fist as far up their ass as it could, and then buried it in the ground again. It's like, what the? We thought it couldn't get any worse. Holy shit, were we wrong? Color me shocked there that Disney has something to do with it.
What you're missing here, though, is that this season of Doctor Who was the best season of season 14, or the best season of the 14th Doctor.
It's the only season of the 14th Doctor.
Technically, it's the 15th Doctor. It's the 15th.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
David Tennant was the 14th.
Yeah, David Tennant was twice. Yeah. Oh my God, that fucking
also
penile.
by the way.
Oh, dude, he's turned into a straight beta male bitch. I couldn't believe some of the shit that's been coming out of his mouth lately. Holy fucking God.
I do. I'm pretty sure his wife. I'm pretty sure his wife pegs him.
Dude, which sucks too because she's smoking hot. Because
her father was also a doctor. Like
Yep.
Tony played the doctor, and she played the doctor's daughter. So there's a really weird family tree relationship going on there.
Wow.
And then the funny part is the doctor, the doctor's grandson and son neither one of them are his favorite doctor. So, and you know what? I don't blame the kid at this point. I'm
guessing Vex doesn't watch Doctor Who either.
No, I only watch good television.
Speaking of good television, though,
what's another series that you don't watch so we can talk about it?
Sorry, what?
What's another series that you don't watch so we can talk about it?
I don't watch anything Star Wars related. I don't watch anything Star Trek related. I don't watch anything Doctor Who related.
You watch anime?
So
I haven't been keeping up with anime in the last few years, so not really anymore. Yeah.
So
all right, so let's talk about
anime. How about that Akira?
Have you watched Black Clover? Sheep, have you watched Black Clover?
I have not, surprisingly. I read
it's
more than
really
I watch.
good. It's really good. Well, it's a manga. I believe it's manga too. It's really, really good. It's like the main protagonist is like Luffy, except not as fucking annoying.
Oh yeah, I know about Black Clover.
Don't
Everything runs on basically everything is mana, and he has like no mana at all. So dude. It's pretty. Yeah, so he becomes like this crazy musclehead to make up for the fact that he doesn't have mana. It's pretty fucking cool, actually. So yeah, I know about. I'm addicted to it. I'm addicted. I've been addicted to it.
I think it's like nearly 200 bloody episodes of the anime. Though. It is a fair bit.
Dude, the first season was like 54 episodes or something.
Yeah,
that's insane.
And it's not.
One was 8.
There's very little filler. Like the fight scenes don't go on for like 8 episodes, like in other series and stuff. Like, yeah, I like it. I really, really like it. So,
well, speaking of good television, Vex and I are going to be talking about some excellent television on Friday.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Carnival.
The fuck is that?
I watched the first season of that. Was there only one season?
One of the best shows, I think, that
it was the third best show to get axed that year.
Okay.
It was, so there's only 2 seasons of it. I think there was 6 that were planned. But yeah, I got axed after the second one, which was unfortunate because it ends on like a pretty dope cliffhanger.
Okay, listen, Carnival could be good and all that, this, that, and the other, so on and so forth. It ain't got shit on Mindhunter. I'm just look. Mindhunter, Mindhunter needs to come the fuck back. That shit goes fucking hard.
Yes.
If you haven't watched Mindhunter, Go. What is it like? 2 seasons out, or is it 3?
It's 2 seasons. Yeah.
Okay, it's just 2.
Dude,
bro. Okay,
the
so
guy who wrote it is Australian. He couldn't think of a name, so we went, "What's the 2 most popular cars we have here? Holden and Ford. Let's call the guy Holden Ford."
basically, like, okay, I'll put it to you like this. You know, the dude that plays Elrond in Rings of Power, as shit of a job as he did in Rings of Power, he makes up for it in spades in Mindhunter.
Oh, Jonathan Groff. Yeah.
I think I forgot which serial killer he played, but holy shit, that man can act his ass off.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll check this out. I don't think it's better than Carnival, but
shut your fucking whore mouth. Yes, it is.
Oh, okay, hold on. It's probably in the top 5 best things Netflix has ever produced.
Yeah, I bet Velocipaster, bitch. Whatever you say.
Listen.
Have you watched Velocipaster though? Have you watched it?
No.
As we
there
thought.
You go. Okay, watch it and then come back to me.
Okay.
Plebe. But as that's a high accolade, by the way. One of the top 5 shows Netflix has ever produced. That's including Stranger Things, which is just popular. It's not the best.
Stranger Things
popular.
is ass.
It's absolute ass.
No, the first season was like top tier television.
The first season was good. Yeah.
Yeah, the first season was all right, in my opinion.
Oh,
it was.
And
good.
then season 2 happened. It fell off a fucking cliff.
No, 3 was off the cliff. 2 was still holding on, but 3 was off the cliff, and then 4 reeled it back a little bit.
Nah, don't be deluded.
No, I'm serious. It's serious. I mean,
stop the cap. Stop the cap.
Stop the cap.
Listen, let's be honest. Stranger Things, it had a pretty good first season, like a 6 out of 10, and then you're just like, oh, this works as a very just tight, singular storyline. And then they're like, oh, people like seeing kids get fucked, so they made a second season.
This ain't a Stephen King novel. This isn't a Stephen King novel. Okay, disavow.
It just kept getting worse and worse. Okay, like it's not a good show.
I like the idea of kids fighting the government because of conspiracy things. Some Goonie shit, right? But then they went ahead and took it too far. They were just like, what if there's a world outside that, or another world that they can explore? And then, then it got real weird, real wild, real dumb. And then they started doing this whole retro thing. I guess
y'all are just being contrarian now, just to sound cool.
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Yes. No. That show
like they milked the cat from Meet the Fockers. That's what they did.
They did milk. They did. But there was, the first season it wasn't good. It was excellent, if not great.
It was good.
No.
It was just good.
No. Y'all are lying now. Talk about caps. Y'all are just throwing them at me.
You're wearing the cap, bro. You're wearing the cap.
Yeah, you capping, bro. You really capping. Nonetheless, hi, Grant.
The Eagles got him again.
God damn it. No, just my thing is it's fine if you like it. That's cool. Not all that is glitter. Not all that glitters is gold. And it's cool if you like, just the glitter. Mindhunter is gold.
Mindhunter is gold, actually, yes.
I will go ahead. I will die on that hill. Mindhunter is a must watch if you're looking up Netflix originals.
It looks like my kind of show for sure. I'm excited to take a look at it. So I'll definitely watch it. It looks really good in a show like I would like. And my wife and I have been looking for a new show to watch anyway.
I kind of want to spoil it a little bit.
No, not that. No, you can't spoil a show like that.
It's so goddamn good. I want to. I'm not, but I want to.
It's gonna be hard for me to pick it up because Alone starts on Sunday, and I gotta watch Alone. That's a great survival show.
Let's see, Alone.
Yeah, it's that survival series where you just out in the woods or for like.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, there is a movie called Alone. It's not related to that. Yes.
Gotcha.
You should go write a crappy review for that movie though. Vex, I love you. You're awesome. Your reviews are spot on.
I can take it. I like having fun with it. Don't worry. I don't take any of this shit to heart.
Okay, good.
You're good.
No, I really like your reviews. I think you writing as much as you can on Criticlist. And again, shout out to Criticlist for having that
Great
site. I mean,
website.
it's so easy to use. It's like, I don't know how much you do it on your phone or if you're typing them all on your computer, but a lot of times
on my phone. Yeah, always on my phone.
See,
and that's
I don't review primarily because I'm a ramble reviewer. I will talk about shit has nothing to do with what I watched, and then circle back to it. Oh, okay, yeah. By the way, I give this a 7 out of 10. It's pretty
good. The killer was ass, bro.
The killer was ass.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was. Stop capping, okay?
Look,
you're inspiring me to do about 20 video essays on why these movies are great, and I like it's great. It's motivating. I have to thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm glad I could help in some way or another.
That movie was so good. I think I watched it twice all the way through because I was like, I need to make sure I get everything out of this. I must have missed something.
Okay. I was super hyped for The Killer. That was one of my like top hyped movies for 2023, right? It came out last year, yeah. And then I watched it, I was like, okay, it's starting off well. You know, I like Michael Fassbender. He's one of my favorite actors. I love David Fincher. You know, he rarely disappoints me. And so it started off really well in the first act, and then it just devolved into what can best be described as like when you want to jerk off, but you're not really in there 100%. Yeah.
Edging.
Yeah.
Right. And then you just keep going and you just want to come because you've been going at it long enough that you just need to at this point. And then it's just you just feel kind of depressed and disgusted with yourself.
Listen, ma'am, you're not a penis haver, so you cannot tell me what it's like to edge.
How do you know?
Clitori function the same way. What are you talking about?
Do you have one of those fake ones?
I do, yeah.
You made your outfit.
But it just it didn't feel like a Fincher film. It felt like, oh, Fincher got a bunch of money and he had an obligation to do a project, and then he just kind of shat this out. That's all.
No way. That fight scene is like one of the coolest choreographed things I've seen in a long time, and like it made sense for how like his character like plays out and how I have to go back and watch it again because I knew like the movie was so intentional in every single step, and I know it was slow, but I think it made sense for the tone of the movie and for his character and how methodical he was. And again, I have to go back and watch it because it's been probably 8 months since I watched it, but it's an awesome movie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you didn't like it though.
It was a pretentious wank to me. And the fact that they dumped $175 million into that instead of letting him work on season 3 of Mindhunter, or even Fincher pushing for season 3 of Mindhunter when everyone is still on board to come back for it is some fucking bullshit. And now he's going to be doing an Americanized version of was it oh my god, Squid Game? There we go.
Game.
Again, Netflix, just put him back on Mindhunter. That's really all we want.
Yeah.
Was Fincher on Mindhunter? Was he attached to it?
That's his show. That's his show.
Yeah, that's his,
Oh.
Like you could keep congratulations, Squid Game was good and the Korean version was good. That's fine and dandy. Put him back on Mindhunter. Right? It's like the same shit with the fucking Office. Like, you know, like congratulations, The Office is a hit show in Britain. Don't bring that shit over here just because we can also do it. Get the fuck out of here. Do something original.
What if he doesn't want to do Mindhunter? Was it like was the third season like left on like someone on a cliffhanger? Or
it actually was. Like yeah, they were building something up throughout the first 2 seasons, and it does leave you on a cliffhanger.
A heavy cliffhanger. It's like Lucifer. Like Lucifer ended like on this crazy ass cliffhanger, and then like it was just not Lucifer. Excuse me, Constantine. Constantine ended on this crazy.
Yeah, because I was gonna say because Lucifer got a conclusion on Netflix, but yeah, Constantine that show got fucked, dude. That was one of the things I always hated about NBC. NBC would have some like really good like fantasy shows or something like that, and like it would show up and it would be good for a little while, and then they would just shit the fucking bed all over it. Like I thought I really enjoyed I thought The Cloak was good, and then they did that shit with Constantine, and then the only time we got Constantine was to show up on CW shows. I was like,
that should piss me off.
It did. It pissed me off today because that was God, that first season was so good. He was such a good Constantine. God, he was good at that.
I liked that show, and I like that actor as well for Constantine.
Yeah.
Oh, he's great.
He was just as much a hand glove fit for Constantine as Charlie Cox is for Daredevil.
Agreed.
Vex, are you one of those Nosferatu simps too? That's like,
oh my god, dude!
Yes.
Dude, that trailer
the
was
best fucking
dope.
vampire. What do you mean?
Dude, that trailer was fucking awesome.
Yeah, not the original Nosferatu is my favorite film of all time. And when it was announced that Robert Eggers was going to do an adaptation, I was like,
And
oh
it's
my
got,
god.
Bill Skarsgård in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's William Dafoe. It's got William Dafoe in it.
And Willem Dafoe, exactly.
Dude, it's gonna be so good.
What do you mean, bro? This shit started out. It started out. You're talking about sin. Shut up.
Shut up. Listen to this man.
Get on the bandwagon, Shags. What are you doing?
Dude,
no, I didn't say any. I didn't say either way. I was just asking if she was part of the group. I'm excited for the film too, for the same reasons you guys are.
All right, poser.
Now somebody realizes the horse of the panel is on the bandwagon. Now he wants to jump on it too. That's how it is. I've been into vampires since the beginning. Before you even knew what they were, Shags.
Dracula series on
I grew up
NBC.
watching Buffy and Blade, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Blade, Buffy. I grew up reading Anne Rice books, like
30 Days a Night, like all of this stuff.
Dude, I think my first horror movie was
Interview with a Vampire.
Was like the Bram Stoker's Dracula one with what was his face that played Dracula in that one? Gary Oldman. Yeah, that was like my first. Yeah, that was like I was like maybe 3 or 4 when I saw that movie for the first time. Yeah, that was epic. Vampires are awesome. Vampires are awesome.
Me and Amarado were talking about this. Like Gary Oldman's like one of the greatest actors of all time. He's got like ridiculous.
Oh, hands down. Oh god, yeah.
He's one of my favorite actors. I'll watch anything with him in it.
Unfortunately he's not my top 5, but I will definitely say that he is a really phenomenal actor.
Who's in your top 5?
Nicolas Cage, obviously. I would say Tom Cruise because he's the last action star.
That's fair.
Bruce Campbell. I don't care. Bruce Campbell.
Oh, Bruce Campbell. GOAT.
Absolutely. Who is a TV actor. Obviously, I'm obviously not the biggest David Boreanaz fan of all time, but David Boreanaz.
Who is that?
Angel.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. I know what you're
Agent Seeley Booth. Seeley Booth from Bones.
Didn't watch Bones. Yeah, I didn't watch Angel or Buffy. I never watched either of those shows.
It's because you're cool.
Jags, I'm gonna smack the beard off of you. Say something.
Were you not, Vex, were you not born into like the late 90s or the early 2000s or something? Like
I was born in 91. It was on TV. I've seen like clips of both. It was just one of those things that I was too busy making my own like card captors book. There you go.
Hell yeah. I mean, I was definitely drawing Yu-Gi-Oh monsters and stuff like that while watching these shows. So.
There you go. Right. This is
we didn't get number 5.
Yeah, you have one more.
Yeah.
There was a 5th. I can't even remember who it was. Now it's Gary Oldman.
Yay! Okay.
We'll add that.
Also, Jock O'Lantern is sitting on like 15 dicks anyway, so I don't believe anything he says.
So mean, poor Jack. Oh my god. She post.
Are we gonna do our top 5?
Yeah. The funny thing about my specific top 5 that I like to point out because nobody else ever does is that like there are no African Americans. There's nobody outside of white in my top 5. They're all white men. So I like to make the joke out of that. You know what? Jeremy Renner was in my top 5. That's who.
Oh, Renner's good.
Mayor Kingstown, Hawkeye. I think he did good as Hawkeye in what was,
what he was given.
Shit.
Yeah,
Jeremy Renner.
Yes.
Thank you.
That's good.
I don't care if you got your little emotes and shit like that. I said what I said. Matter of fact, I got a fucking face for that.
You got an emote too.
I said what I said.
Let's just go ahead and let those two fight it out up top up there with their emotes.
It's okay. I'm automatically gonna win. There you go.
Oh, let's just get that off the screen. Can we pull her out of the strap for that? Oh.
Fuck, bro.
No, I'm good. You keep that one. You're not winning. You're not winning. You can keep that one.
You know what? You're going back on bottom. Okay, Vex. You're going back on bottom. No. We're not playing this nasty stuff. It's not a shag show unless ship shitting is wrong.
Yeah.
Ship shitting.
Yeah, there you go. Right, exactly. Banned. Right.
Banned.
Hail lobster. Tell the truth. Clean your room.
What Jesse, what are your top 5?
Oh, that I don't know. I'm really bad with actors' names, so I'd have to think about it for a second. I'd have to like look some people up. There's Salty did put out Denzel Washington. I don't think I've ever seen Denzel Washington in anything that I didn't like. That's a really good point. I mean, I like Samuel Jackson. I think he's gone crazy in some of the most recent years, but I've never seen anything in him that I didn't like. Trying to think of like people who like. Christian Bale.
Yes.
Yeah,
Christian Bale is definitely up there for one of mine because of his range. Like that guy is not. I mean, we saw because I first saw Christian Bale in American Psycho, right? And then you see him in like The Mechanic, and then you see him as Batman, and you're like, what the actual? This guy can literally do anything.
Yeah.
So I really get Christian Bale's definitely going to be up there.
Adam Driver, I would also throw in there.
Really?
Okay.
Yes.
I just don't know if he's got enough experience under his belt to say.
Oh,
that
he
just
does.
yet.
He's got a lot of experience. Yeah.
I would say this, right? When it comes to the Disney Star Wars trilogy, he is the only reason most people watch. It's not because edgy boy. It's because he portrays edgy boy very well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's funny because nobody gave a fuck about the returning cast. Oh, look, it's Luke. Oh, he threw the fucking saber off the cliff. Fuck this guy.
Ooh, I got another good one too. What was the name of the guy that played Elrond and played in V for Vendetta? And he also played Agent Smith.
Oh, fuck.
Right. See, I'm really bad with names. But he's another really good one. Like I've never seen
Hugo
him in
Weaving.
anything.
Hugo Weaving,
Hugo Weaving.
Yeah, Hugo Weaving. Thank you. Like he's one of those that I've never seen him in anything bad in whatsoever. And then I'm gonna go really, really, really old school just because my mother and I loved all of the damn it, I'm having a brain fart now. He was the classic horror actor though.
Bela
Lugosi.
Was it Bela Lugosi? I think it might have. Yes, it had to have been Bela Lugosi.
Dracula, right?
Bela Lugosi. Yeah. No, well, House on Haunted Hill. Is that the same guy?
You're talking about Vincent Price.
Yeah, Vincent Price.
Vincent Price. Thank you, Vincent
Yeah.
Price.
Definitely great.
Vincent Price is like I'm just gonna go. Yeah, I want like that voice. That is a voice that will echo in my mind forever. So it's like, yeah, that's one of those. I can't leave Vincent Price off any list.
Nice.
Also, Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Played Dracula. Played Sauron, and a bunch of other characters.
Well, and I mean, we could start getting into legendary actors too. And I mean, you could almost name
one of
like
the things I wanted. That's one of the things I wanted to avoid was legendary actors. I'm picking not actors that are the best, but actors.
Yeah,
that
that's
like.
true.
Well, best all time is like,
Well, if you say top 5 of all time, then we have to sit here and have
we'll be here all night.
Yeah, we sit here and have to delegate about who has the best accolades and shit like that, as opposed to who you like the most.
Yeah.
But
So
then,
fuck y'all top
I didn't
five.
say who you like the most. I said who's the best of all time. Who's top 5 all time? So I mean, I guess you could interpret that as your favorite. Like your personal.
See my title? You see my name? My top 5 favorite actors. That's why I said my top 5.
Okay. Vex, who's your top 5?
In no particular order.
Henry
Kate
Cavill,
Winslet.
Henry Cavill, Kate Winslet.
No,
and
Henry Cavill's not in my top 10 even.
Cavill.
Yeah, sorry. He's
His
an okay
top 5
actor.
to look at.
Yeah, he's number one to look at. There you go. Kate Winslet, Gary
Okay.
Oldman, Christian Bale, Michael Fassbender, and who else do I like to watch on screen generally?
Bruce Willis.
No, not Bruce Willis. Oh, Clint Eastwood. I'll put Clint Eastwood in top 5.
There you go. That's a good one.
Still, Bruce Willis is always an honorable mention, though, in my opinion.
He's done
fun.
so many things.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's a fun actor, but I don't think he has range personally.
He knows how to bring movies. He knows how to bring entertainment to movies. Let's say that. The whole 9 yards. Obviously, Fifth Element. Hudson Hawk. Red. Die Hard.
Pulp Fiction. What was the asteroid one in the 90s?
Armageddon.
Yeah, Armageddon. He was good
Almost
in that.
pretty much every movie he's in is just like, it's great.
The Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, yeah.
I think the Sixth Sense, Unbreakable. I was gonna say, I think the Sixth Sense and the Unbreakable showed that he did have some range, but I can understand where Vex is coming from. He is very similar. He doesn't have the range.
Willis doesn't have range. I wouldn't say he has range. He can act, but he doesn't have range.
I think he has some range. When I saw him in like in the Sixth Sense and some of the others, but like I can understand where Vex is coming from. He doesn't have the range like Christian Bale and some of those other guys do.
Right.
But,
you know who else is pretty good outside of just like, comedic roles is Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey.
Yeah. Adam Sandler has range though. That's like, he's a comedian that has range like Jim Carrey and Robin Williams.
Robin Williams is another one. Yeah.
Oh God, yeah, Robin Williams. Seeing Robin Williams as a serial killer was the strangest thing I'd ever seen.
Yeah.
You fucking Leslie Nielsen. Leslie Nielsen surprisingly is phenomenal as a non-comedic actor. I'm forgetting which one it was. I think it was Creepshow 2, where he played the killer.
I don't think I saw Creepshow 2. I saw the first Creepshow, but I don't think I saw the second one.
There's a couple people that everyone pretty much took mine. My 5 were Daniel Day-Lewis, Clancy Brown, Christian Bale, Clint Eastwood, and Gary Oldman. But a couple honorable mentions that I could probably swap out depending on like how I was feeling that day is Anthony Hopkins and Tom Hanks. Because Tom Hanks is another comedian who's got incredible range. And
Tom Hanks is a comedian?
I hate Tom Hanks.
He started off, he's a comedian to start. Like all the movies he was in early in his career were comedies. And
I don't know. I never saw the appeal of that guy. Like I know he's been in a lot of things and he's won a lot of awards, but I never saw the appeal of Tom Hanks. I really didn't.
It's his emotional range, I think, that he can like. It's similar to Bale, that he can like cut down in weight. He can gain weight for these roles, and he can totally transform his personality into something different. I mean, yeah.
Who's also good? Who also has some pretty good ranges? Dule Hill, the guy that plays Gus in Psych.
Oh yeah,
I haven't watched that. No.
Well, you see him being like a goofy, like awkward ass sidekick in Psych, and then he spins around. You spin around, he becomes like this fucking terrifying drug lord in Slight was the name of the movie. It dropped the same year. It dropped actually the same weekend as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, which is why I got completely overshadowed. But I watched Slight over Guardians because I don't give a fuck about Guardians. But like,
I was going to say, one of the guys that I really like that's more in the modern era and that he's probably not as well known is and I can't ever pronounce his first name, but the Mahershala Ali guy.
Mahershala
Ali. Sure. Because I loved him in 4400. That was the first time I saw him. I thought he was incredible in that. And then seeing him as Cottonmouth. And I'm surprisingly enough, considering the fact that it's a Marvel product, I'm actually cautiously optimistic about his Blade movie. Just because he takes it seriously and he's putting his foot down. He ain't putting up with none of Kevin Feige's fuckery.
Right.
And so I'm down to back anybody that's one.
Shout out to him for that.
Fuck yeah.
But Leslie Nielsen played was the guy's name? Richard Vickers. It was in Creepshow, the first one.
Okay.
Where he's playing that guy who's like he's playing basically the charismatic guy that like tricks this other guy into like basically showing up at his house just to find out that his wife was buried neck deep in on the beach, and the tide was coming in to like drown her and stuff like that. It was really good. They were having an affair, according to Amarada, because I missed some details. And then, yeah, he ended up killing both the dude and the girl. Then they came back as like monsters to kill him. It was pretty good.
There you go.
This is a pretty good list. John Wayne is like Clint Eastwood is like the master of westerns. I don't know if I would consider him.
John Wayne is really good at playing John Wayne.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any range.
Right. Jimmy Stewart's great though. I love Jimmy Stewart.
I like Boris Karloff.
Boris Karloff is good.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy is a good character actor. I can give him that.
Yeah.
Eddie Murphy's really good at character acting. Richard Pryor is always great.
Yeah.
And that being said, I'll also say that despite all of the controversy surrounding this man, Will Smith is really good.
Yeah. I wouldn't put him in the top 10 necessarily, but he's definitely good. He's definitely good.
Like the man exudes range throughout like the entirety of the Fresh Prince alone.
Yeah.
Like in the first episode, you could kind of pick up what he was about.
Ooh.
And then like, he goes on to he does like 7 pounds.
Yeah.
I Am Legend, which was like with like plot aside was pretty good.
Independence Day.
He
was great in that. Welcome to Earth.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Oh yeah.
Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah, Happiness. And that's one of those that definitely shows you the range he had being able to go for all of that kind of stuff. But I agree with you. I watched every single episode of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air in the 90s. And yeah, like that episode with him and his biological father when he shows up, it's just like, oh, anybody that's grown up with like without your biological dad around, like there's no way that can't hit you in the feels as fucking hard as
it always hits me in the chest, when he
every
goes off
fucking
on
time.
Phil, he's like, "You are not my father," and breaks down. He's like, "How come you don't want me?" I was like, bro, that right there, that was the selling point. That was it. If you're not watching for that one scene alone.
Oh, so good.
Holy shit, that was a good series.
That was that was such great. We had so much great culture in the 90s, man.
No one mentioned Helen Mirren. She's a great actress. Like she's definitely in the
Glenn
top.
Close.
Yeah, Glenn Close. Yep.
Yeah, Glenn Close.
I feel like those are like prestigious actors. Those are actors that kind of without mention though.
Yeah, because it's like when you start getting into like people that have won like multiple Oscars and Academy Awards back when those things actually meant something. You're like, okay, well now we're just playing like, okay, who's the most epic of all time kind of situation at that point.
Right. Oh, what about Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah, for sure.
I'll give him some credit.
He's pretty good.
Dude stepped up.
There's a couple of things that I've seen him in I just didn't really care too much about, but yeah, he's not bad.
He was really, really, him and what's his face were both really, really good in that first season of
True Detective. Woody Harrelson.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Yeah. Oh
Best
god, that was so
good. Ever.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude, that was so good from beginning to end. I had no idea. That was that thing was wild. I loved it.
Those two are like brothers, basically.
Actually, they are related in real life.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Well, no, wait. Yeah, because I remember reading the story about it because they found out about that. And I think,
they're like distant cousins or something like that.
I thought there was a rumor that like his dad had slept with like both of their moms or something at one point.
Okay, let's see.
I don't remember now. It's been a long time, but I remember going over the story. I just don't remember all of it that it actually was.
Well, while you're looking that up, one of my favorites that doesn't get mentioned all that much and should is Michael Keaton.
Oh, that's a good point. That's another guy with a great range too. Mr. Mom to Batman.
Yeah, Mr. Mom, Batman, Birdman.
Mm-hmm.
He was really good in Birdman.
Hell, he was good in Spider-Man movies too. Yeah.
I'm so I get it. Some people it's just like some people are blacklisted from Hollywood. Some people just don't want to take up like all these other extra roles. I think Michael Keaton was one of the ones that just didn't want to take all these extra roles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Why you didn't?
He was
see
just like, I'm
like the mid-aughts.
Common Nerd, you were right. So Woody Harrelson said in an interview he learned that Matthew's mother had a relationship with his father for a relatively short period of time that coincided with the time that his father and mother were on sabbatical. And with it lines up that They could be blood brothers. Yeah.
They might be daddy. They might be daddy brothers.
Well, and what's funny is what I had heard afterwards that it actually caused a little bit of a rift in their relationship because one of them wanted to get the test done and the other one didn't.
It's like some JoJo's Bizarre Adventure shit right there.
It really is. Yeah, because like I said, I remember going over that on like a live stream or something. I was like, this is fucking weird.
Peter Watts. This is funny that this person is here because we were just talking today about the show Millennium, which this character is.
Oh, that was a great show. I liked it.
Yeah.
I mean, given I was kind of young when I watched it, but I thought it was a cool show at the time.
Yeah, I love that show. So that's
running
funny.
around tracking down demons. God, I'd forgotten about that show.
Well, that I think that was like the second season and third season because the first season was more like Monster of the Week, but like more serial killer.
Well, that's what I meant. But like, weren't the serial killers like possessed by demons or something? Because like I remember the episode where, like, it was like one of the season finales. Like all the demons are sitting around in the coffee shop and they're laughing their ass off because they got the kid to piss in his coffee, and like they were pushing him towards sin. You remember that?
Well, and I think, like I said, I think that was more the second or third season that got into that because it did get weird. It got weird at one point, but it was the first season was mostly it was surrounding his daughter getting like kidnapped and stuff. Oh, it's awesome. Shouts to Peter Watts.
Yeah, that's awesome. You brought that up. I haven't thought about that show in forever. Now I want to go back and watch it. That's great.
Hell yeah. It wasn't a finale. It was just a great episode. Yeah.
Oh, it's just a great episode. Okay. Go ahead.
I was about to say one of the things I like pointing out when it comes to actors and actresses, the Hercules and Xena were two of the top rated shows in the 90s and whatnot. And where we are now is one is a staunch conservative and one is a rabid leftist.
Yeah.
It's funny which way the woman went.
Is Lucy Lawless a rabid leftist?
Oh, she is.
Yeah.
She is very feminist.
And what's funny too is Kevin Sorbo can't fucking stand her and never could.
Wow.
So I got to meet him at a Comic-Con down here. And I got to have a few minutes with him, and I was like, yeah, I really loved you and Xena back at the show. And I was like, what's funny about that is they were actually supposed to initially hire where were they filming that? New Zealand. They were actually supposed to originally hire a New Zealand actress for that job. I was like, oh, really? I was like, how'd that end up working out? He's like, it's funny what happens when you sleep with the producer. I was like, damn. Yeah, so I was like, Sorbo wasn't holding nothing back. I was like, damn, that's fucking. I mean, I still loved her as Xena, but still, I was just like, that's funny.
That's wild. Yeah.
Oh, you know what we haven't talked about? The cop that got reprimanded for arresting Justin Timberlake.
Oh, dude, he didn't know who it was.
It's like, fucking so what, dog? You doing stupid shit.
Yeah, you gonna fucking reprimand me for doing my damn job? Oh, so wait a minute, you just want to go out there and prove to everybody that yes, the law doesn't apply to the rich people. You really want to? That's the statement you want to come out and make right now with this.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much that. The only reason I thought about that is because, like, from Lucy Lawless, doing what she did to get the role of Xena, it made me think of Jessica Biel, who was a good egg up until the point where, like, she wanted to do more and they were just not letting her because Seventh Heaven was like a Christian show,
right?
Essentially, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm over this shit." Then she did like that nude cover shot, and then from there it just skyrocketed into stardom. She ended up playing in like a whole bunch of other stuff. Then it made me think of how Justin Timberlake is a piece of shit. And she deserves better than
yeah, he cheated on her a few years ago too. Yeah.
Cheated on her, and she's still with him. Then he does this shit, and she's still with him.
You should have stayed with Chris Evans, Jessica. You guys could have had beautiful babies by now.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say Chris Evans isn't a decent looking guy or a good looking guy. Let's be fair. I'm not going to say he's not a good looking guy. I just don't like him personally.
He's your typical like high school like jock, blonde hair, all the girls faint over him, and then they find out after they graduate high school he's no longer the captain of the football team, that he's actually just a douchebag, and now she's pregnant with 3 kids and he's got an alcoholism problem and works at the local factory.
You mean Justin Timberlake?
Yeah.
This man got on stage drunk as hell and just started shuffling around the fucking stage. That shit was so fucking embarrassing.
I wish I would have seen that video now. I didn't see it. Oh
man. God. I'm gonna look that shit up.
Oh, like that. He's like Chris Evans was a theater kid who did a bunch of steroids.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the trailer for Red One?
No, I didn't care to watch it. Is it any good?
It looks fun. It's a Santa movie, and Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans are in it, and J.K. Simmons plays Santa, and he gets captured, and they basically kidnap Chris Evans to find Santa. But Chris Evans has no idea that Santa Claus exists, and I'm guessing The Rock plays like some mutant like form of an elf or something.
He's like Santa Claus's personal trainer.
Yeah. It looks like kind of like an elf type of movie. Like it's not supposed to be serious. It's supposed to be like a fun, You're
telling me The Rock got paid $50 million for that?
Is that how much he got paid?
That's how much he got paid for Red One.
Wow.
Who the hell is producing Red One that they threw $50 million at him for that?
Yeah.
That's really dumb. Because that movie's, even if they release it at the theaters, that movie's not, it might make $100 million in its total global run.
Yeah, this probably will break even as far as if that.
Not if they spend $50 million on just The Rock, it won't.
Right, yeah.
Because it does look like fun. I watched the trailer. Most of my chat thought it looked funny and entertaining.
Yeah.
This looks like something you'd watch on Netflix around Christmas with the kids. Not something you're going to go go and see in the theaters.
Yeah, if dudes had a Hallmark channel, this would be on replay at Christmas time.
100%.
But yeah, I didn't know if you guys had seen it yet, but I'm sure it'll be mediocre at best. Chris Evans looked like he was having fun. He was funny. Dwayne, The Rock's just being The Rock.
As usual.
Yeah. So
I put the link in a private chat.
Oh, for the trailer?
No, for the Justin Timberlake dancing. It's so embarrassing.
Sure. But no, I think I watched it. Oh my God. Holy cow. Do we want to watch Justin Timberlake dancing? I think we want to watch Justin Timberlake dancing.
I want to laugh.
I haven't seen this video either, in all honesty.
I haven't either. I haven't. So this should be entertaining.
Yeah, let's put it up.
All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, a drunk Justin Timberlake has been spotted. Holy shit, world premiere.
Yeah, I was about to say, just keep it muted. It's got.
Okay.
It's embarrassing.
It's like a dad at a barbecue, kind of.
It's worse. Like, too.
Someone, Jessica Biel let this guy nut in her. Wow.
Yeah, twice.
Multiple times, at least.
Yeah. I am not. I mean, I feel like Shags could dance better than this.
I think I could.
This reminds you of that high school football player who, when he gets about a 12-pack in, he starts talking about all of his glory days of being able to throw the ball and shit.
He's like Uncle Rico from Dynamite.
Oh, God, I hated that movie with an almighty passion. But yeah,
I bet I could throw this ball over the mountains.
Over the mountain, I can do it.
Is this like dress rehearsal or something? Why is there nobody there?
No, there are people there. You can hear them in the crowd, but
yeah.
Yeah,
it's a full bar. You can see it back there.
Yeah,
it's bringing awkward back.
No,
I'm bringing awkward back. Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh.
Why do you hate Jessica Biel?
Right, Salty's got a thing against Jessica Biel, man. She's a hoe, always has been.
Honestly, that makes sense. Like some of the things that she said over the years. Like I think it was like sometime during COVID. She was mentioning how she doesn't get roles anymore because she's too pretty by Hollywood standards.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So they're intimidated by her. That's why she's not getting roles anymore.
It sounds like you're probably an insufferable bitch, and that's why you don't get roles anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lucy Lawless.
She's still
meanwhile, that's sort of Meanwhile, Sydney. Oh yeah, that's right. She was in Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yes, she was. We got to see her fully naked in that movie. That too. Actually,
it was a show, but
still looks good at that day.
But who else? Like Sydney Sweeney is another one that's starting to get more roles.
Yeah,
Love it. You love to see the boobies.
Oh, and I just love Sydney Sweeney because of her attitude.
Yeah, she's got
like,
that's one of the things I like about her. It's like,
dude,
she has tits, but like she's unabashedly like, you know, based.
Yeah, like she's not putting up with any of the shit at all. Like after everybody made the controversy over her boobs, she's like, wore a big shirt. Sorry for having big boob. Sorry for having great tits or something like that.
Yeah, great tits.
And I did the best
correct opinions.
Well, and the best part was it was a t-shirt. You could tell she just threw it on at the house. She was wearing no bra. Like it wasn't even showing off her boobs. You could just like read what the t-shirt said. It was fucking great.
I actually agree with you, Salty. I think she is mid as fuck, but she's got a really nice body.
Yep.
I think she's gorgeous, and I think her attitude just makes her fucking desirable.
No, her attitude is great. I agree with you, but it's just people don't fawn over the attitude; they fawn over the looks, and she's not that great looking.
I think she's gorgeous.
What? Excuse Sydney Sweeney?
Yeah,
ma'am.
Her face is like a 5 or a 6. Her body is a 10.
What?
People use the rating. People abuse the rating system. I don't know what people
Hold
think.
on. How am I abusing this?
Opinions are like assholes.
No, what I'm saying is like, you know, there's someone who's like an objective, like, you know, 7 or 8 overall, and then people are like, oh, she's a fucking 3. Like, shut up.
Okay, you know why I say she's a 6? Because you can literally go to anywhere in Eastern Europe and find a million girls that look like her, face-wise.
Okay, congratulations. We don't live in Eastern Europe.
I'd like to see the stats on that.
I mean, she's not wrong. She's not wrong.
But the body is something you don't find out. She's got a rockin' body.
You don't find that in Eastern Europe because I've seen some of the girls you're talking about. Most of them are skinny.
Yeah. So she's got a 10 out of 10 body, in my opinion.
Yeah. With boobs like that, you won't be looking at her face very often.
Well, there's your 10.
Yeah, see, there you go. Her face is no 5. She's at least a 7. All right, there you go.
Shags asked for stats.
It's like it's like
she's got some hips on her, so
I can't even vouch for any e-girls either. Like the closest you can get to any kind of vouching is Pokemon. That's because she doesn't get naked on purpose.
Or at least
that's not to sit here and say that she's like one of the good eggs. She's obviously not. But you know, it's like people say, oh, she's a 4, she's a 3, she's a 4, and it's like, all right, cut it out, man.
Stop being a salty, jealous
bitch.
bitch.
You know who I think is actually genuinely really hot, and I actually think she has a better body than Sydney Sweeney.
Tell me.
Haley Steinfeld.
Haley Steinfeld.
Why don't I know the name?
Why don't you know the name?
She was Hawkeye's daughter in the show or something like that.
The girl that plays Kate Barton. There we go.
Yeah.
Or Kate Bishop. Excuse me.
I think she has a fucking hard rockin' bod.
What?
Haley Steinfeld. She played
no curves.
She's fit. I like that she's fit.
Did she like get thick in the last?
She said fit.
Oh, fit or thick?
Fit.
IT.
And she's got great fucking legs too. I love her legs.
Okay, this picture makes them look good, but that shit's photoshopped AF. She's like a
go off, King.
She's like a really above average person.
God damn.
60% of the time, she's great every time.
She's cute, but I think she's got a fucking phenomenal body. That's all. I like her body a lot.
Maybe Google's got some.
You like what you like,
or something.
Megan Fox and Transformers. Good Lord Jesus, yeah.
I'm so over that shit, right?
Yeah, I never got the Megan Fox thing.
Kind
of like Transformers, though.
Congratulations, she's in short shorts leaning over a fucking Camaro. Like that, like you can put any girl in that situation and it become an instant 10. Like,
dude, I was look. I was 20 and fresh out of boot camp when I saw that movie. So yeah, okay, she was. Yeah,
I was a teenager. The hormones just started, and it was still the same that I have now. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Same
she got them
position like
weird
I know.
thumbs. She got the short thumb thing. Yeah.
Who the fuck is looking at her thumbs?
Well, I'm telling you,
Guess who's gay on the panel?
not me.
It ain't. I'd say shit.
Well, first of all, to be fair, Salty brought it up first.
Oh, so now you go pass the buck off somebody else. So now you're not even going to take credit.
I'm not passing anything. I was
Credit off
reading
the-
his thing. I was reading his thing, first of all, sir. And then there's multiple articles about her thumb, by the way, before even.
The fuck?
Hey, don't hate the player, hate the game.
How do we all feel about Haley Atwell?
Smoking fucking hot.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That's
Yeah,
it.
Haley Atwell, that one.
Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10 for me as well.
Yep.
Yeah, like she, like, and honestly, like, and this isn't like any dig, like, it's just she's not in her 20s anymore, right? You know what I mean?
Matter.
And so, like, there's certain pictures where, you know, occasionally her face will look a little bit older or something like that, but like, look what, I don't give a fuck. Okay, like, yeah,
That's the woman that
I've
she
seen
played. I know she played in Mission Impossible. She also played I think Agent Carter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was that's Peggy Carter. That's Peggy Carter.
Peggy, that's what it was.
Yeah,
Peggy Carter.
dude, you will, and her on. Dude, I will look at any pictures from her on a red carpet any day long and twice on Sunday because holy cow, that girl knows how to dress for a red carpet. Holy shit!
Not on the
I've used-
holy day.
Oh no, trust me, I'm willing to appreciate the Lord's creations. Okay, he didn't make beautiful things not for us to look at them.
What?
But yeah, it's one of them situations where yeah, definitely.
Oh, what's this actress's name? She played the evil queen in Once Upon a Time. I think she's so hot.
I always thought she was kind of like thick and like that hot kind of like mom way.
Hell yeah, MILF way.
There's like 15 billion different Once Upon a Time movies.
No, that
This-
Once
this
Upon a
show.
Time, the television show on ABC.
And, and Jennifer, or not Jennifer Goodwin, Jennifer Morrison.
Jennifer Morrison.
Well, she's one of the characters, but
Is it
Lana
Atlanta?
Parrilla.
Yeah, I was say Lana Parrilla.
Yeah.
Which one was it? Which one was she?
Regina Mills.
Yeah, that's
Oh
her
yeah,
character name.
Regina. That's her character name. Yeah.
Because I was
Yeah,
definitely
Regina-
about to say Jennifer Morrison looks like Kirsten Dunst.
She's hot though in that show. Holy smokes!
Holy shit, she looks like Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah.
Jennifer Morrison. I don't have to remember what she looked. I don't have to remember what character she played.
She played Emma Swain.
Oh yes, Emma Swan. Emma
Swan.
Robert Carlson. That show
She's too
plays
skinny for me though. I like her, but she's too skinny.
Robert Carlyle in that show plays Mr. Gold, but also Rumpelstiltskin. And but his Mr. Gold character is like, he was so cool. I'm like, I just want to be that guy. Like,
Dude,
swagger.
I have literally been calling women dearie ever since I watched that show and saw him do that. If anyone ever sees me call them dearie, I've never had anybody go, no, that's from da da da. But yeah, no, I always call women dearie now because of him.
And that's honestly another show I would love. I watched the first 2 episodes again recently. And my older boy actually likes it because he's recognizing the characters in it. But it's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Peter Pan origin story out of any. It's really, really cool. The fact that they made him a bad guy. I thought that was a really cool twist. And they made Hook a good guy. It is one of those instances where making the bad guy good worked, and having Peter Pan be the evil one or the antagonist.
The villain.
Yeah. Oh God, it was so good.
He was a villain, and he was a really good villain too. That was the scary part. He was a really good villain. Like Gold was great for like the first season and stuff like that, but yeah, Peter really took it up to another level. So that was one of those shows that kind of went off the rails towards the end a little bit.
Season 5 through 7 was, I think, ass. Once they introduced Frozen, I kind of checked out, and then they did Hades. Hades, the whole thing around Hades was kind of cool but I think it was just poor. It just looked bad at that point. I don't know.
Yeah, see, I think I checked out at that point because I don't remember the Hades. I think I checked out when they brought in Frozen. So
yeah, Frozen was not a great addition to it.
Yeah,
but
Kingdom.
Yeah, I hated that movie too.
Oh, I love the Beauty and the Beast applicant.
Yeah,
I like
cool.
the twist on that. I love the Beauty and the Bell and Mr. Gold. I loved that kind of cool thing.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, well, guys, it's getting late. I know Vex is late for Vex.
Oh yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. I'm tired.
No, she's just going to bed at like fucking 3:30. You got plenty of time.
Well, we really thank you for hanging out with us this long. I know, like I said, sorry to keep you up so late, but it's been fun. We always love having you on the show.
No, it's my pleasure. I like being here as well. So it's almost worth losing sleep over.
Almost.
What's coming up for you? You got some videos recording. I know you and I are going to be doing something on Friday.
Yeah, that's what's coming up next. I'm working on a couple different reviews. I've switched up my YouTube strategy. I don't like chasing what's on the algorithm anymore.
Good for you.
So I'm just kind of like, I know I did just put out a Furiosa video, but that was literally because I was like, this movie is fucking trash compared to Fury Road. Why do people like this? So it's more of a comparative essay than a movie review. But yeah, I got a couple reviews in the works. Probably going to do a review on Maxine when that comes out because I'm pretty excited for that movie.
Yep.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, other than that, yeah, I'll be on a stream with you on Friday, Shagsworth, episodes 3 to 4 of Carnival. And then I always MMM is on Monday. Cannoli Sasquatch is taking the day off, so I'm controlling the channel.
Nice.
Oh Lord.
Shit.
And we are reviewing
all kinds of dicks and vaginas all over.
We're reviewing Velocipaster.
Hell yeah! Nothing wrong with that episode then.
Last minute decision.
That's fine. I'm gonna watch it this weekend. I think my wife and I are going to Denver.
It's just over an hour. It's not a very long movie. It's brilliant. It's really brilliant.
Yeah, the byline for whatever is like, I was laughing my ass off. It was like, a guy who could transform into a dinosaur and he fights ninjas and Asian people. I was like, yes. Okay. Can I get an 8-ball, please, so I can really enjoy it?
But yes,
sorry.
thank you for having me on. It was nice to be back here with you guys.
Hell yeah, anytime. Sheep, what do you got coming up?
First off, that's private business. Second, I am going to be in Denver. For those that didn't catch it at the beginning of the show, I'm going to be in Denver for the 4th of July weekend for Fan Expo Denver with the Rippaverse team. So y'all show up, say what's popping. Mike Barron will be there, Saska Sisters, Junk 3PO, Star Wars Theory. It's going to be great. And aside from that, are we even doing the show next week? Like logistically, can we do a show next week?
No, I don't think. I think next week we're off because I am just going to be getting back from Denver, and then you're going to be away, and then yeah, I think next week we're going to be off. So
it's 4th of July too, right?
It's the 3rd.
It's the 3rd.
It's going into the 4th, but yeah. But aside from that, I'll be doing more drawing. I decided to add a few more pages to the first chapter of Fandemonium just to make things make a little more sense. Otherwise, I'll be doing commissions of hentai pictures apparently.
Yes,
it's good business. You make some good money doing that.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty much it. That's it. Yeah.
Nice. Jesse, what do you got coming up, boss?
Tomorrow morning got the 11 a.m. morning prep for all your pop culture, nerd, and gaming news. Come check us out for that. Fridays, we've got $5 Fridays. Hopefully, actually, I can't say that. Last $5 Fridays turned into a 13.5-hour stream. And I was also able, on top of the 13-hour stream, they also fan-funded me enough to buy the entire I Want It All package for Gooding. So cannot wait to get that in. Super, super stoked for that shit. So yeah, come check us out on Friday. See if you can see if you can stick my ass in this chair longer than 13.5 hours or not. Sunday night, we've got Mr. Grant Gregory and I and our dear sweet Sunker Maiden. We do our When Who Was Good show. We've got the 4th season finale, the 3-parter finale coming up with David Tennant. We also recently started watching the Sarah Jane Adventures, and we've been watching Torchwood as well. Mostly the Torchwood just to torture Sunker because she absolutely hates the show, but Grant and I enjoy it. So that's been a lot of fun. So if you want to come check out When Who Was Good. Come check us out Sunday nights. Also, we have a Bible study at 2 p.m. on Sundays that we do as well. We're going through the Book of Kings right now. We're finishing up Solomon right now and about to go into all the hell that comes after him. And then, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. morning prep, random gaming streams. It sounds like the Saturday night shows might be defunct for a while over on Vets Talking, so I'll probably start doing something Saturday nights. And since we won't be doing Midweek Hump next week, my Wednesday night show with special guest Hojo, he'll be promoting his Mythicals number 3. Number 3 next week. And so I'll come check that out, and we'll probably run late and have all kinds of good fun and stuff like that. So thanks for having me, Vex. Always good to hang out. Sheep,
Always
love
pleasure.
you. I love you. And of course, the beautiful chat. Shut up. Next time I'm gonna grab your ass in Vegas. Don't start with me.
I'm gonna hit you in the throat.
We gotta have Hojo on here so we can talk about his. Ask
what's that shit called?
His campaign, I think, is running until like the middle of July. So you've still got time if you want to have him on before.
Oh yeah, for sure. For me,
all right, guys, we'll see you later. Appreciate you all for showing up.
This guy. Join the Discord, guys. We're building up the Discord in here. Also, if you guys want a new PC, check out my link there for Meta PCs. Support myself, support Zach Shutt and his amazing company, Meta PCs, and get a little discount. And then, like I said, support myself, support them, and get yourself a brand new rig, because these PCs are awesome. They're built by hand by real people, real customer service, all that good stuff. And then we're taking a break next week. Like I said, we're not going to be around. I'm going to be coming back from Denver. Sheep is going to Denver. Common Nerd is busy. Vex says she doesn't want to hang out with us ever again, so we don't have.
I'm not busy. I'm poor. I'm poor. There's a difference. I'm a blue collar working YouTuber with not even 800 subscribers yet. Come subscribe to the new YouTube channel.
Cannoli and I are we're still conjuring a plan to smuggle Vex into the country.
Nice.
So.
Oh, we can find a way. All we got to do is book her a trip to Mexico City, or not even Mexico City. There's an international airport right on the other side of the border. We can fly her in there. I'll just drive down and pick her up. It won't be that big a deal.
By the way, can you fit in a suitcase?
She don't even fit in a suitcase.
Yeah.
I look wide enough. They're not even going to question it when I drive.
You. I'm talking about her.
Yeah, I could fit into a suitcase if I wanted to.
Okay, cool.
How
about my cats though? What about can my cats come?
No pussies.
No pussy. No pussy for Vex.
Wait, how many cats? How many cats?
I just have 2.
Okay, are they good at holding drugs? No, there won't be any drugs involved. I'm just curious.
Not really. I can guarantee you one of them will actually ingest the drugs for sure.
Okay.
Oh my god, that's great.
Okay. Can you are you good at holding on to drugs?
Yes.
Okay, cool. No reason whatsoever. But yeah, we can make something work.
Are we gonna shut this shit show down anytime before we all get accused of drug smuggling by the feds?
Right.
We already
Have a great
are.
night, everyone. We'll see you guys in 2
don't mention
weeks.
drugs at all. We still get like.
Hey, come see me in a month. Sheep and I will have a kilo of coke for you.
Toodles.
No cocaine was harmed in the making of this stream.
But a lot of it was snorted.
All 28 grams of Ricadas.
Whole ounce, we'd all be dead. Are you insane?
It doesn't. It's not good. It has a nice smell.
I just can't stop smelling it. It smells so good.
For the record, that was the guy with the hat that